back up to that pace here.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Davis bouncing it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and just like that. 4 plays, 4 runs, all carries for Marquise Davis, a guy who ran for 333 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. Did not have a big first half. It was quiet, and he shows up on the first drive right when the Tigers need him, 10-6.
You know, he gets that edge. There's no one that can catch him. There needs to be someone right in front of him if they want any hopes of stopping Marquise Davis. He has that.
If you're Cleveland Heights, you can use Brunswick's game against them. Still 8 minutes to go, but continue to run the ball, run the clock, and you have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs before making it into the end zone.
Davis slipping through a couple tacklers, keeps the legs churning. Nobody could bring him down. Was touched back around the 8-yard line and just kept dragging defenders. And that's why he's the type of running back prospect we've been. Happened to the green wave on the other end. Here an option. This one going to be a pitch to the outside. Got a block and going to step into the end zone right around the corner. Nice blocking there by the wide receiver, setting that edge and giving some room for number 30, Andre Jenkins, the sophomore, to make his way into the end zone untouched. And also credit to Elijah Gray on that pitch, well timed on the driving once again, looking to get their first win of the season and break that 9-game win streak for Holy Name dating back to 2013. But right now, Holy Name, they need to get a stop here. I know it's early in this game, but things are trending the way of Normandy. And a lot of it's because of Elijah Gray, the quarterback, trying to make a man miss an open field. He does. Past the 15-yard line, slips past the tackler, cuts inside, and he's going to barrel his way into the end zone. I'll tell you what's more slippery than that football tonight, and that is the quarterback, Elijah Gray. Nobody can bring that man down.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is one of the most exciting runners of a quarterback that I've seen.
And a reminder that this trip to the Red Zone has been brought to you by Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Visit kelly-mac.com to learn more. 2nd and 2 from the 5. Have to get to the 3-yard line to pick up the first down. Rodriguez on the carry. Looks like he's going to get close and just enough to move the chains. Down at the 2. 1st and goal.
That's nice having that first down marker right there. Now you have 4 golden chances at the 2-yard line to punch one in.
But don't forget, Dom, this is the second time it's happened just like this. They got a fresh set of downs on the 2-yard line earlier in this game.
This week's Key On Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Sipes Roofing Solutions. Built on trust and based on experience, Sipes Roofing is the top roofing company in all of Ohio. From reliability to fair pricing, Sipes Roofing needs to be your first and only call for all your roofing needs. Visit them today at sipesroofing.com. The Cement Mason Local 404 Union. Whether you're an experienced journeyman or an apprentice, their doors are open for you to join the union. Current and future demand for skilled craftsmen necessitates an apprenticeship program that takes into consideration practices of one of the world's oldest trades, along with instruction in new techniques, applications, technologies, and materials. The Local 404 Cement Masons Joint Apprenticeship Training Program supports a world-class curriculum of instruction and on-the-job training for more than 40 apprentices annually. Union Cement Mason skills are honed with the most comprehensive apprenticeship training program in the industry. Chatty's Pizzeria. In the heart of Bay Village at 28611 Lake Road, this incredible pizzeria offers a full menu of food and drinks. They have everything from a casual dining experience to the romantic setting of a long-awaited date night. Their food is made on the spot with fresh ingredients and classic recipes that the entire family will enjoy. From a cozy spot in the igloo to the party room, everyone will be taken care of. Call 440-471-4485 or email info@Chatty's Pizzeria for reservations. Rookie's Sports Bar and Grill. Your one stop for all things food and fun with a variety of cold drinks as well. They have fun and games, great people, great laughs, and great times. They feature the largest selection of dartboards and pool tables you'll find on the west side. From warm food to cold beer, they have you covered from start to finish. Check them out today at 6913 West 130th Street in Parma Heights. They are right in the heart of town. You'll walk away satisfied at Rookies as they hit a home run every time. Upstream Therapeutics. In traditional healthcare, not enough time is spent understanding and exploring your own personal blueprint for functioning. At Upstream Therapeutics, they start with the source, your genetics, to inform a personalized plan for care that will heal your mental and physical health and prevent future illness. Call 216-377-2888 to get started on how to get your own nutrigenomic blueprint. Brian Stang of Helene Kia. Don't miss the boat when it comes to shopping for your next vehicle. Brian Stang, the Kia water skier at Helene Kia in North Olmsted, is ready to help. Brian is a third-generation car guy with over 25 years of experience and knows how to make the car buying process smoother than water in a no-wake zone. With more than 500 new and certified pre-owned cars to choose from, Brian can help you find the right car for your needs, style, and budget. Call Brian Stang, the Kia water skier at Helene Kia, 440-777-1475. And to all you student athletes, coaches, families, and fans, good luck this season and have fun cheering on your favorite team.
Hurt in a car crash or another accident? The insurance company has lawyers working to pay you less. Ryan Injury Attorneys fight for injured people and their families across Northeast Ohio. Born and raised on Cleveland's west side, their attorneys bring more than 60 years of combined experience to your case, and they are your hometown injury law firm. Call Ryan Injury Attorneys today at 216-777-RYAN for a free, no-hassle consultation. That's 216-777-RYAN, or visit them on web at ryanllp.com. Home Point Real Estate. Call or text Basil Buer at 216-548-8370 to learn more about how you can find your dream home. Home Point is an independent real estate agency serving the Cleveland area, guiding you to buy and sell with confidence. Welcome to beautiful Brunswick, Ohio. It's the Brunswick Blue Devils. They're taking on the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs. I'm Dom Clary. Alongside me is founder and CEO of the company, Vince McKee, right here in Brunswick, Ohio, for the Key on Sports Game of the Week. Vince, I'm excited to be with you. We should have a good one here today. How you feeling today, my friend?
You know, very excited to be on the call with you tonight. This is a matchup that happens every year, week 2. You can set your clock to it. Two high-powered offenses, phenomenal football traditions in both cities. We're excited for this one.
Absolutely we are, and it is the Cement Mason Local 404 Union pregame show. It is a fun one here today. Two offenses. One was explosive yesterday. We'll hold that for now, but Olmsted Falls is a revamped offense. Let's talk about the keys of the game by Catalyst Cleanouts and Junk Removal Services. Vince, what are the keys of the game for Olmsted Falls to get some revenge after losing to another GCC opponent in Mentor just last week?
Well, you know, no shame in losing. The men are one of the top teams in the state. But what they need to do tonight, take the crowd out of it. We see the cars and everybody pulling in right now. It's going to be a loud house early. They need to impose their will on that offensive line, play bulldog football, run the ball when they need to, and then utilize that spread offense when they can. But this is something where the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs, they've played here before, they've won here before. Can they do it again tonight?
This is a series that Olmsted Falls has dominated. Now we're curious about some of the questions you posed to some of the keys of the games. Well, you just met with the Olmsted Falls coach. We'll go to that right now.
We're here with Olmsted Falls head coach Tom DeLuca. Tom, an interesting first week to the season. What can we expect to see out of your offense tonight?
Yeah, I mean, your first week of the season, you go up against a team like Menor, and you better be, on point and eliminate as many mistakes as you can. And we made a few mistakes here and there, but hopefully we clean that up offensively tonight, and that we come out and we're more consistent on the offensive side of the ball.
And on the defensive side of the ball, you're playing against a team tonight. They put up 47 points against Berea Mid Park, threw for over 400 yards. What do you need to do tonight to stop that?
Well, I think first of all, obviously you have to stop the run, but like you mentioned, 400 yards through the air is a big deal. So we definitely have to try to do our best to contain their skill guys on the perimeter.
Head coach DeLuca, we're ready for week 2.
All right, thanks for that, Vince, as you were just with Olmsted Falls head coach. Now, Brunswick, there's some questions for them. They have new uniforms, the helmet decal is different. What chance will they have a new coach in the building? What are some of the keys of the game for Brunswick after what we saw in an incredible offensive performance, truly a different team than we've seen in years past for Brunswick?
Oh, no doubt about it. Dom James boys loves to go ahead and air it out. Connor Jamison last week, our Jenny's Popcorn Player of the Week, over 400 passing yards, 4 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground. I knew Coach Boyes was going to bring that offensive attack. Did I think it was going to happen that fast week 1 against Berea Mid Park? I did not. What a showcase. You mentioned the jerseys. They look phenomenal. It's going to be an exciting night. Their key to the game, much like Olmsted Falls, play Blue Devil football. Air it out. Win the battles deep. Keep the crowd in it.
Now, let's see what the coach had to say. Vince, you are joining alongside the coach for Brunswick. Here is that now.
We're with head coach Boyes here with Brunswick. Congratulations on a successful week 1. How do you continue that momentum tonight?
Thank you, first of all, for that. Yeah, there was a lot that went into that one, and there's going to be a lot that goes into this one. I thought that we had a great week of practice preparing for another opponent, another great opponent. So, yeah, bottom line is we just got to play our brand of football, take care of the football, limit explosive on defense, and have more on offense, break tackles and don't miss tackles.
Last week, you guys showed a lot of heart, coming back late like you did, putting up a bunch of points. How do you get a hot start tonight where you don't have to worry about making some dramatic comeback?
Yeah, really just what we do. We're going to try to get the ball to our playmakers in space, let them do their things, and it's all going to start up front. We got to make sure our O-line plays fast and physical and gets things going for us.
Thanks, Coach. We're ready for week 2 here in Brunswick.
Thanks to both coaches for joining us alongside Vince McKee as for our Cement Mason Local 4-4 Union pregame show. But kickoff starts now. It's the Keon Sports Game of the Week. Brunswick takes on Olmsted Falls right now. Some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Roxandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Roxandich, and Roxandich said, nope, give me that. I'm holding on to this. And reaches that arm towards the plane.
It is the Keon Sports Game of the Week as we have a really bad shadow. We'll try to work that out. I'm Dom Clary, alongside me, Vince McKee, right here at Brunswick Auto Mall Stadium. Vince, you said you were doing good in the pregame. You still doing good up here after the tall hike?
I'll tell you what, it feels good to be a part of history tonight. Jonathan D'Amato on camera, Dominic Clary on play-by-play, and myself, Vincenzo McKee, on color. And what do those 3 things have in common? It is the first ever all-Italian broadcast here tonight at Keon Sports. But yeah, Dom, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. As you guys just saw, spoke with both head coaches before the game. There's a lot of hype, a lot of excitement coming into this huge contest tonight, as both these teams very, very familiar with each other. I should say both these schools, as they seem to hook it up each and every season, week 2. Don, what are you looking forward to tonight?
Yeah, I'm interested to see what this offensive tack is going to be for Olmsted Falls, Vince. We have a new look offense. Again, Cameron Pesh, he is still the quarterback there, so expect to see an impressive arm game from him today. The question is, who are his weapons around him? Most of these young men, it's going to be the first time that they're going to be really out wide, catching the ball this year. They did it last week, but how can you do it consecutively? The way they kind of struggled and made some mistakes last week. I think we're going to have a fun one. Brunswick, explosive. Vince, what did you see from them last week?
Well, Brunswick, a lot of hype for that quarterback, Connor Jameson, 400-plus yards, 5 total TDs, 4 through the year, 1 with his legs. He was our Jenny's Popcorn Player of the Week. Spoke with him pregame about that popcorn that he enjoyed. He was glad he sent it. We sent it to him and his dad. So all joking aside on that, though, they spread it out very well. Anthony Gamboa, 11 catches for 99 yards last week. Aiden Everett, 8 catches, 158, a pair of touchdowns. And obviously Gavin Bollock, the running back, out of the backfield, Dahmer, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That is the definition of efficiency. But as much as we spoke about this Brunswick offense, got to shout out the defense, but Tuzik and Leitcher combined for 24 tackles last week combined. So a lot going on there. Did want to touch on Olmsted Falls. Olmsted Falls, we are still looking for our first brick and mortar Olmsted Falls sponsor. Email me, Vince.McKee at Keon Sports to get that done. But to touch on Olmsted Falls, as you said, trying something a little bit new this year. Going to spread it out a bit. But again, I believe they always have that bread and butter, all those slot guys ready to go with that, as we call it, a wishbone, a triple option, however you want to say it. They're going to have that option tonight. But Kai Gilbert had a good game last week against Mentor. He will need to go ahead tonight, step it up one more time, as Brunswick will put up a lot of points, or they intend to put up a lot of points. Olmsted Falls down. They're going to need to slow them down.
Yeah, and we have a weather forecast today. Peter and Co. Jewelers, it is 73 degrees. It is hot out today.
Yeah, absolutely. Our newest sponsor, Peter and Company, Jewelers out there in Avon Lake, and also Catalyst Cleanouts and Junk Removal. Going to have them swing by at my house pretty soon, as the girls are getting older and older. We got a lot of stuff piling up. Dom, it is a high school football Friday night here in Ohio. We're set for kickoff. How good does this feel, my man?
This is what we talk about all year. Is Olmsted Falls will be kicking off first. They're wearing all whites with the blue tops, Bulldog logo on the left, in Brunswick in the baby blues, white pants, in the white helmets. Here we go for kickoff, trying to find space. Can't find it. That was number 4, Anthony Gabo, could not find space. So they'll start their journey on the day in week 2 on the 14-yard line. I did not do my math right. On the 18-yard line. I did not do my math right there, Vince. Let's see what this offense has to offer for the first time this year. This is a team we see a lot throughout the years. We've seen 3 different head coaches. As we have a new high-flying regime, and a guy we're looking for today is Connor Jameson, the senior quarterback who wasn't on the team last year. Just came out of nowhere, and he has been a stud. Pitch option to the right, trying to find space. Once again, it's number 4 in Gabo, not able to find space, swallowed up by a convey of Bulldogs. That'll be about a loss of 1.
So Anthony Gamboa tried to get around that right corner, couldn't do it. Good pressure there by that Olmsted Falls Bulldog attack. Also, Dom, you mentioned it in the pregame. I do love those jerseys. I don't know who put that in the old suggestion box, but I love the upgrade to the jerseys on Brunswick.
Man in motion. It's Gamboa again. Handoff down the middle, trying to find space. Oh, gets tripped up, but if he wasn't tripped up there, he could have had loads of room. Gavin Bollock almost had space, not able to really break loose.
So again, now they have tried that right side twice, been shut down. Here we go, Dom, play number 3, going with a hurry-up offense.
Drops back, looks to the left, finds a man. Oh, and dropped. Oh, and almost laid out.
Well, again, a good job there. Instant pressure by Olmsted Falls. I mentioned it in the pregame, where they're going to need to get that offensive line. They need to control it, or really that line, no matter what. They need to control it. They showed that on defense all 3 plays, as they just busted through there. And again, a good hit. Adam Smith leaving no doubt.
Brunswick will
They only
punt in their own red zone.
and Brunswick only had 10 guys out there now hustling out 55 quickly there.
Play clock down to 3, 2. Snap off, but no. They'll call it dead. Yep, delay game will be called.
So, Dom, as a former player yourself, how frustrating does that have to be for head coach Jay Boyes? You get a bad 3-and-out and then a pre-snap penalty like that quickly. Something as simple as not having enough men on the field.
Yeah, especially when you have a senior like Arthur, you expect to know where to be and when to be there. Yeah, it's the type of things where they need to work that out in practice. So I'm sure they're frustrated. Hopefully the young man does not make that mistake again as Brunswick. Second go around here. They will get it off this time around. Snap good. Punt good. It's a line drive, not too high. Returned around the 45. Can he find space down the seam? Yes, he will. And knocked out just around the 30-yard line, and that's where Olmsted Falls will start. Let's see what this offense has to offer.
Good job there by Aiden O'Malley of Olmsted Falls, taking what they gave him there, found a little seam, and now Olmsted Falls is going to open up with some primo field position. Dahmer, it looks like they're going to start on the 29 of the Blue Devils.
Let's see this formation. Cameron Pesh, still the quarterback, was last year. Had a impressive junior year campaign. Gets the snap, drops back, looks to throw, looks left, now going right. Scrambling, finds a man at the 20-yard line. Oh, and a fumble recovered by Brunswick, and they'll start over at the 10-yard line. That's good placement of the helmet, Vince, as the Blue Devils defense shows, hey, we're not giving up. We're going to get the ball back.
Back, did a good job there, got wide open, went for a little extra yardage there, and just took a hit. Coach Tom DeLuca yelling said, hey, he was down, but that looks to me like a clear fumble. And yep, they're going to say a Brunswick ball for sure. Or he's going to say maybe it wasn't a catch, but with my eyes up here in the sky, Dom, it looked like he got it, got more than 2 feet down, made an offensive move with it. So that's definitely a fumble and a huge first break going the way of the Brunswick Blue Devils. Dahmer, I want to mention this as well. Look for this story tonight. Callie Minch will have a phenomenal story for everybody to read about this very game you are watching. So if you want to see your kids' name in print, check that out on KeyOnSports.com a little bit later tonight or first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, she does a phenomenal job. Just texted her a little bit last week, is try to make sure she was set for our game. She does a phenomenal article. Does a great job. All our young writers do. Jamison looks, bubble pass to the left. Some space, lowers the shoulder, able to get through one tackler in Sammy Castraba, but needed another Bulldog to bring him down. That's a gain, say about 5.
So good movement there on first down to get him going.
Jamison again. Fakes the handoff. Finds a man. Throws. And they'll get the chains and just a tad bit more. Nice pitch and catch from Jamison to Everett. The Brunswick Blue Devils figuring out what their offense has to be. Last year was a lot of pre-snap motion, a lot of trickery. Their offense seemed to change each week. But here, this is more of a college-style offense with the RPOs, and that's what we just saw there, Vince.
As we said, last week it was Everett with 8 catches for 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I couldn't even get off his stat line before they ran another play.
And Jamison falls right before he can get to the original line of scrimmage. No, they'll look like they'll give them right where they started here. So 2nd and 10 here for the Blue Devils.
And Dahmer, this is a Brunswick offensive attack from head coach James Boyes that I'm actually personally very familiar with. He was the OC at North Olmsted for many years, covered them countless times with Xavier Balson and Jared Kelly. They like to move the ball quickly. We're seeing it right away here.
Jamison man in motion. Looks, pitches. Nice block. Finds some space. Can he find some more? He's rumbling. He's stumbling. He's bubbling past the 50 and off to the 46-yard line. This Brunswick offense loves the pitch. It looks like the offense I run in the NCAA video games with the orbit motion and pitch. Love the way this offense is moving so far, Vince.
Great job there by Anthony Gamboa. You know, as we've said, they're playing a little bit off the ball here, is Olmsted Falls on the second drive for some reason, giving them plenty of room to work with. And as I always say, Brunswick, taking what they're given and doing something with it here. Dom, all the way across the 50.
Bullock and Gaboa in the backfield. Oh, and they get confused. Oh, and a fumble. The Bulldogs will recover this go around. It is number 9, Kyle Alvarez, with the recovery, and the Bulldogs get one back, and this offense wants some revenge.
And that is just a huge mistake right there. And first of all, a blown play immediately, right? And what do you do as the quarterback? Do you go down? Do you try to scramble out of it? Just busted on him quickly. And a reminder tonight, all of our turnovers brought to you by Stevens Tax Service. So every time you see a turnover tonight or a turnover, a penalty, anything negative, just like your taxes, no one looks forward to taxes, but with Stevens Tax Services out of Fairview, you will.
I mean, it's close. Tax season's always looming over your head, so
Well,
might as well call them sooner rather than later.
mistakes. Both offenses, though.
Exactly. Olmsted Falls in the pistol look. Pesh will keep it, and he'll get swallowed up by a herd of Blue Devils. Good effort, and that was Gavin Bullock, number 34, the junior, plays both sides of the ball for the Blue Devils.
So,
Don't see that too often, but we saw a kid last year that did it as well.
yeah, I mean, this is one of those things now where it's all about enrollment, right? Next week on the game of the week, we're gonna be covering Brecksville, right? They don't have a lot of kids, so week by week we see that type of thing depending on the size of the school. But Brunswick's huge.
Ball pass to the left, lost in the sun and drops it. Threw that right where the sun was leaking over. It is a very tall home stance. By the way, a very packed home stance, Vince. This is the most people I think I've ever seen here.
Well, again, there's a lot of excitement this year. New coach, new uniforms, new attitude. Put up 47 points week 1. I'm sure the talk around town is get to Brunswick, Audemars Stadium on Friday night and soak it in.
And this is a community that's been waiting for this football team to finally get over the hump. Last year they had a competitive year. This year they want to do more. Pesh looks, gets attacked there. Oh, and laid out. Almost a beautiful catch there by Mason Serovic, but not able to haul it in. Beautiful defense there by the secondary for the Blue Devils.
Despite the incomplete pass, I got to actually say, great job there by Cameron Pesh to actually hang in, took the hit, saw the defender coming right at him, still made that play. Mason Serovic, his sister, actually our Keon Sports Player of the Year for girls basketball a couple years ago.
Not surprised.
So they got some athletes in that family.
Yes, they do, and we know girls basketball huge. Olmsted Falls snap, punt, good operation. Fair catch called, as that was hauled in by number 21, Tyler Burke, the senior wide receiver in defensive back. So Brunswick will start their campaign at the 20 with 8:17 left here in the first quarter. The score is 0-0 as the Keon Sports game of the week. If you're watching this, and this is a game you were looking for, this is a game you wanted to watch, you're like, there's another game that's going live right now. Well, click on it and come back, or watch it later after this game concludes. Pine Richland, they're at Avon. If you're like, who's Pine Richland? Never heard of that Cleveland school. It's because it's not. They're from the hills of Pennsylvania, alongside the Allegheny, the Monongahela, and the Ohio, over that way. Huge legacy in Pine Richland. Is Brandon Soder and Brandon Marvel are at that game. Jamison drops back, has protection, has a nice little pocket, hurls it deep, tries to find him, and Gamboa, he can't haul it in. As he's calling for pass interference, but no flag on the play. Gamboa, he's really the all-purpose man for him.
Great job out of the defender there, though. Sammy Kostraba timed that one perfectly. No defensive pass interference. That was a clean breakup. He actually waited, looked at it almost like a fly ball in baseball, waited to the absolute last second to make that collision. Phenomenal job by the defender there.
Gamboa on the top of your screen in the middle of those 3 wide receivers. Bullock in the backfield with Jamison. Jamison looking for the change, looking for the audible, makes it, drops back, pressure, throws quick, can't find a man. That is, ball will fall short. Able to haul it in there.
So, Dom, let me ask you this now. We are only 4 minutes, not even 4 minutes into this game. We have seen 2 turnovers already. What are these teams going to do to kind of settle this down a bit, as neither has looked impressive yet?
And we're trying to find those short completions on both sides, Vince, but unfortunately these defenses have been on lock, really, and these offensive line, well, they're protecting well for the most part.
Fake pitch to the right. Screen to the left. Oh, beautiful to Bullock. Oh, and gets swallowed up once again. Have a heck of a game so far in Mason Cervaic. We keep talking about the young man.
Well, again, Mason has made a few plays in offense there despite the early fumble. The kid with a lot of skill, but look there too, Dahmer. They went with a 3-man rush, saw the 3rd and long situation present itself, and it's as if, hey, we don't want to get burned deep. We're going to give up maybe a 5-6 yard hitch there. Still made a great play. Good decision on 3rd down by that Bulldog defense.
The punt unit is on for Brunswick. Snap, catch, punt off. Fair catch called. And they'll be at the 49-yard line, their own 49-yard line, as Pesh and the Bulldogs. I keep mixing that up today, Vince.
Well, as long as you don't call them the Blue Dogs,
I did that earlier. Yeah.
All right. It's week 2. This is the week where all the mistakes kind of get thrown out. By week 3, Labor Day weekend, you are good.
As we adjust the mics here just a little bit. Brunswick on defense. Once again, they're in the baby blues. Usually in the dark blues, or years past they wore black a lot. Nice to see some lighter colors out.
Very cool.
They similar colors to the Cleveland Sirens, our WNBA team.
How about that?
Jet sweep to the right, trying to find space, can't find it. As Aiden O'Malley tried to find space, but only found 2 yards in a cloud of Blue Devils in front of him.
So again, they line him up as a slot. When you look at the roster, there's a lot of positions that say slot.
Mm-hmm.
You have the traditional running backs like Rabnicki, Gilbert, Radigan, but then you got a lot of these slot guys like O'Malley, Patrick Uber, Manalo, a ton of that too. So we're going to see a lot of people, a lot of players touch the ball. Special at-home producer tonight, Cole McDaniel. Thank you for the audio note.
Finds a man in the flat, can't find him. Pesh under pressure and distress today. He cannot find room, Vince.
Yeah, a quick 0 for 3 to start the night for Pesh. There's really no offensive movement at all except for the one play that ended up in a fumble. Get our on-site producer and cameraman, Jonathan D'Amato, here joining us. Working with 2 Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets tonight.
Yeah, we were talking about the Baldwin Wallace party scene earlier today. Pesh. In the pistol, drops back. Looks for his options, finds a man in the middle. Oh, and almost picked off. That almost looked like what we saw in the Browns game the other day where it hit off the heel of a player, or what we saw at Youngstown State and Mercyhurst yesterday where it bounced off a player's foot and went into the end zone.
Well, just wild, right? How many of those are you going to see in one weekend? Good to see college football kick off. Was it Morehead State versus somebody went triple overtime, I believe?
Yeah, Old Dominion, a D2 school.
Oh, yeah. How wild is that?
Impressive. Very impressive for Old Dominion down there in Columbus to get what is really an impressive victory. We saw an NAIA school beat a D1 school yesterday as well. Punt off, and that ball is shanked. Let's see where they're going to mark it. 31-yard line. 32-yard line.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is already the 6th possession, and we're not even 6 minutes in. 0 points on the board. This is not what I expected for this game to start off with. Not much offense just yet. Again, Connor Jameson, a quick 4 for 7, right around 40 yards. But for the most part, neither team has been able to establish any kind of set offense tonight. Something that is, kind of rare when it comes to both these clubs. We're used to them over the years putting up punches and bunches. And you mentioned Brunswick. 3 different coaches you guys have covered, the new uniforms. Here's a name for you, Rock Sandwich. Rock Sandwich, the little quarterback.
You said it weird. I didn't remember who you were referring to there. It was a player we love to watch. Pitch to the left. Gamboa avoids a man. And takes up and absorbs all the contact. And there's only Blue Devils on the ground. And he is talking back. That's a sturdy running back right there, Vince.
I'll tell you what, and a lot of hard hits early tonight. These guys are really laying the old leather, as they say. Boxing term for you, but they are hitting hard early. And again, back to that hurry-up offense.
Jameson with Bullock to his right. Gilboa out wide. Like to utilize him in space. Gives the Bullock. Finds just maybe a yard at most. will set up a 3rd and 8 for Brunswick.
So again, with the exception of pass completions of 18 yards to Gamboa, 19 yards to Everett, really nothing else so far early on here for Brunswick, but they are not slowing down this pace.
3rd and 8. New running back in. A.J. Rebraca alongside Jamison. Drops back, looks. He's going to scramble. Can he find space? He's going to hurl it deep and out of bounds. Both these quarterbacks are just in distress constantly, as surely the punt unit will come out for Brunswick.
What a night early on so far. I got to shout him out. Number 3, Sammy Kostrava, the defensive back tonight for Olmsted Falls, has made several big plays. Jameson wasn't really looking down that receiver, looked around, took plenty of time there, but just couldn't find someone. And again, Dom, this is again where we have seen this Olmsted Falls defense on a 3rd and long kind of drop back, making sure they don't get burned by that deep ball, and it's working. As Brunswick continues to run those streaks, Olmsted Falls, it's early, but they're staying with them.
And that's what that 3-5 defense look will do, is another punt shanked. These punters are getting a lot of work, and they're getting tired. And that ball will land on the B for Brunswick. Is Olmsted Falls. Well, they've been near positive field position the entire way, while Brunswick, I don't think, has broke the 50 quite yet.
They have, and again, that punt was shanked, but Olmsted Falls, Lucas Hewitt needs to steer clear of that. Ended up in the scrum there, almost bounced off of him.
Yeah,
when you see that up in the high air, you got to get out of the way. That would have been a fatal mistake. And again, I mean, here we go now. Possession number at least 6 or 7. I'll say it again with really no movement. This is a golden opportunity. Again, Dom, you just mentioned it. Excellent field position once again for Olmsted Falls. Still looking for their first pass completion outside of that initial fumble.
Owen Radigan in the backfield with Pesh. See if they can run the ball a little bit here. And they will. There goes Radigan trying to find space. Finds a little bit of space. As he will gain around 12 yards. The chains in a little bit more. First we've really seen from Radigan here.
Tell you what, Radigan found that seam right off the left tackle and just took it. Right down the field he went. Huge first down momentum boost there for Olmsted Falls. And they move those chains. First time we've seen them move the chains since the opening drive.
Pesh directing his offense. Radigan with him again. Hand off to Radigan, swallowed up by a trench full of Blue Devils. I hope you get that reference, Vince.
I sure do.
Thank you.
You know, Dom, a little bit of color here for you. I've actually kept track of every single high school football game I've ever covered. I have a book at home I listed every single week where I know how many times I've been to certain stadiums. If you were to do that, I bet you Brunswick's got to be in your top 5 of stadiums you visited.
It might be. I believe that this actually might be, for high school stadiums, the place I've been to the most, next to Olmsted Falls, most likely. Drop back by Pesh. Throws, finds a man, spins. Can he get more space? Yes, he will as he lands around the 28-yard line. Good work here from Pesh and his wide receivers, as that was number 29, Adam Smith, the senior, 6'2", big frame for the wide receiver, who's been isolated on his own on the bottom of your screen.
Now back-to-back first downs for this Bulldog attack there, moving the chains. Slowly but surely, they want to hit that K-Mac red zone.
Pesh looks again. Oh, and deflected there on the defensive front. And that was Bullock, the sturdy running back that likes to bring pressure from deep. Does it again, puts the hands up, swats that ball away.
Cameron Pesh now 1 of 6 on the night, held at just 12 yards. As the Bulldogs have done most of their damage here on this drive on the ground with that Owen Radigan run to get it going. But really, you know, Dom, 27-yard line, you got all kinds of plays you could run here. Really not limited just yet of what you want to do here.
Motion. Give. Just to gain a little bit for O'Malley. Bring him a little bit closer for 3rd down. Is that Pittsburgh accent slips out every now and again when I say down.
I'm used to it. You know, we joked around a lot this week about our first high school football broadcast together, but those of you who have been longtime fans of Keon Sports know We are anything but rookies together, my man. We have done drafts together. We have done hockey, basketball. Feels good to be in the football box with you tonight, though.
Absolutely. It's been something we've talked about for a while. Pressure showing. No neutral zone fraction there. A little bit of a jump there by Brunswick, but didn't make anyone jump. Didn't get in the neutral zone. Pesh with Radigan. Rolls out to the right, trying to find him, and he has him in the end zone by himself, but it's a touchdown for the Bulldogs as Pesh, he finds his favorite option in Adam Smith as the Bulldogs are up 6-0 with an extra point to go right here at Brunswick.
So a nice 27-yard touchdown pass there to Adam Smith. Saw him hook it up earlier on this drive for 12 yards, finds him again for 27, and Olmsted Falls breaks the scoring seal. Good rollout there, Dom. And I was just about to say, is this 4-down territory? Now we don't even need to consider it. Touchdown there for the Bulldogs. You mentioned this Blue Devil crowd. As we look across the way, I got to tell you, Olmsted Falls filled in their stands pretty well as well.
Field goal up, or extra point good. With 3:06 left here in the first quarter at Brunswick Auto Mall Stadium, the Bulldogs are up 7-0 over the Blue Devils of Brunswick. Let's see if this offense can get going. What are the keys you see for Brunswick, Vince, for them to get into this game offensively?
Well, here's the thing. You don't want to change your attack if you're Brunswick. I realize it hasn't worked that well just yet. But again, this is a team that put up 47 points last week. They clearly know what they're doing. Hey, the first 3 or 4 drives haven't gone that well, but I mean, it is a 7-0 game. And we still got 3 minutes left in the first quarter. We got a long night to go. If I'm Brunswick, I don't panic. Stick to what you do best. And really, I mean, it's a 1-score game right now, so that would be my advice.
Kickoff once again. It's a packed stadium, packed Friday night lights right here at Brunswick, what you want to see. Kick up towards the sideline. Oh, and fumbled, essentially, out of bounds as they'll start at the 8-yard line now.
So just another bad break there for the Blue Devils. And you mentioned it earlier, you know, a packed crowd, a new fill here in Brunswick. A lot of that has to do with their incredible athletic director, James Covey. And I'm not just saying that because he's 3 feet behind me, but they have done a tremendous job this year here in Blue Devil Nation, getting everybody excited for the season. But now, Dom, we need to see some points out of this attack. Yeah, another mistake there, having that ball kind of bounce right off the shoulder pads.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, when you're, work in media and you walk on the field, it doesn't seem that big, but when you're back in your own end zone, it feels like it's, instead of 90 yards to go, essentially, it feels like you have a million. Man in motion. Hand off in the middle. Bullock, gets his helmet snatched off. Aggressive attack there by number 9, Kyle Alvarez, once again in the backfield. He's done an excellent job of penetrating that offensive line for Brunswick if they have struggled initially here tonight. The chains need to move here early in this possession if Brunswick wants to get anything going. Bullock in the backfield with Jamison. Man in motion. Finds a man out wide. Only a handful. So it will still be 3rd and long, but it's more 3rd and manageable than it was previously, Vince.
Well, that's a big 5 yards there for Max Eicher. Got underneath the defense, and this is something now that gives you a 3rd and 6, gives you something manageable to work with here.
With 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. It's been a long first quarter. A lot of passing.
A lot of possessions.
Jamison throws one deep. Can he find a man? He's open, and he hauls it in for a gain of nearly 44 yards, and they're fighting over it. But it is clearly a catch and a beautiful throw as well from Jamison. That was number 12, Aiden Everett, with the catch, the senior wide receiver. What a play, what a catch.
So again, Aiden Everett, 30-yard catch there. He's got 1 for 19 tonight. He's got 1 for 30. We mentioned it last week. 8 catches, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's at it again.
As they move quick, making the call at the line of scrimmage.
You're going to see that one-on-one matchup with him all night long.
Fakes the handoff, finds a man, bubble screen. Avoids a man or two. Instead of gain about 6. 7. Nice full play there. Who was that?
That's Tyler Burke. So again, Burke, one of those guys listed as a receiver on the roster, but we've seen him do some stuff out of the backfield as well with some jet sweeps last week against Bremen Park. See if they incorporate that this week.
Speaking of wide receivers in the backfield, Gamboa with Jamison. So block. Finds a man deep. Can he get him? Can he get the ball? And he'll fall to the ground. No PI there. Just clearly a stumble. That was number 8 they were looking for.
I'll let you pronounce that last name.
That's my man Jake.
That's all you. Somewhere Cole McDaniel is watching this and smiling.
Timo Sinuas. I'm trying.
Beautiful job.
That was horrible.
I'll tell you what, the kid defending him's last name isn't much easier, but again, we've been calling it all night. Sammy Castraba put in a lot of work on this near side.
Jamison hands the ball off Gamboa. Maybe a gain of 1, but it looked like they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage with less than a minute here to play in the first quarter at Brunswick Auto Mall Stadium, as Bolek will now re-enter the ball game.
So again, Boa putting in a lot of work, as you said, on both sides of the ball here. Had a catch for 18, doing some rushing as well. And again, 4th and 2 near midfield. Do you agree with this decision? I do.
Absolutely, you're no man's land. Offense moving. Show them that you have confidence that they can get it going, but
Right.
I think they're just going to try to draw them off sides.
Well, with the way you've been punting the ball, I mean, you might as well go for it right now.
They're going to have to snap it here. They do. Oh, and clobbered Gamboa. Pass was right there, but a beautiful hit by the physical Keegan Smith. What a play from the safety. Looked like Troy Polamalu back in the day.
Yeah, I knew you were going with another Pittsburgh Steeler. Yeah, Keegan Smith, great play, timed it up perfectly. We've actually seen that a few times tonight with Olmsted Falls where they're just getting to the receiver at the exact right time. Look at James Boyes going crazy on that sidelines. I love that kind of fire and passion out of him. As I said, covered him for years at North Olmsted. One of my favorite parts about watching him coach, he is so passionate, and just look at him go. But again, Don, we talked about it. Olmsted Falls right now, at least on the defensive side of the ball, they're where they need to be at all times. We haven't seen any huge holes develop. They've been on top of it. A lot of that happens in the film room, I'd imagine.
Absolutely. Play dead before the snap went off. Timeout called with 12 seconds left here in the first. Vince, what have you seen that's impressed you with Olmsted Falls so far after a disappointing week 1?
Timing. Their timing is sharp. As we said, probably in that film room all week long, learning tendencies, cleaning up some mistakes. Outside of that early fumble by Mason Suravac, not too many mistakes here by Olmsted Falls. And actually, Suravac's done a phenomenal job on the defensive side of the ball. As I said before, absolutely love that family. Really love all of Olmsted Falls. One of the best communities I've ever had to deal with. But again, that aside, you look at what they've been given. It hasn't been a ton, but Adam Smith, a couple of rushes there, a couple of receptions there, 12, and then the big one for 27 yards. So, Dom, really to give you a short answer, or really, in my case here, a long answer to a short question, what I've seen at Olmsted Falls is timely and smart play. They're putting themselves in position to succeed.
As we have a lively one in our other game of the week, as a touchdown just broke out. Pine Richland scores again. It was just 13-3, and I'm sure Brandon Soder and Brandon Marvel are excited right now about calling that game. As Avon, they're down big early in the second quarter.
Well,
We'll
Pine
continue
Richland,
to update you there.
sorry, Dom, Pine Richland's no joke.
No, they are not. Handoff to Radigan in the middle. And me and Brandon were on a call earlier. He had some questions about Pine Richland. And being the resident Pennsylvanian here, I had a way to answer that. That is it for the first quarter. It is 7-0 here at Brunswick as Olmsted Falls leads early with a small but manageable lead. It is the Key on Sports game of the week as we head to the second quarter.
This week's Key on Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Frankie's Italian Cuisine. Looking for a place to enjoy a post-game meal? Love Italian food? Frankie's Italian Cuisine has you covered from meatball to lasagna. Visit them tonight at 4641 Great Northern Boulevard in North Olmsted and taste the 50-plus years of legacy for yourself. Dave's Golden Shear Barbershop. Dave's Golden Shear Barbershop has been your trusted barber for nearly a century of great haircuts. With affordable prices and excellent customer service, there's no better place to get your cut. It is located at 26915 Center Ridge Road in Westlake.
We have not talked about it, but we will have a halftime show either presented by me or Vince McKee, as we'll go over scores across Northeast Ohio for the Cement Mason Local 404 Union halftime show.
And a brand new sponsor this week, speaking of scores, our Out of the Area scoreboard, brought to you by Peter and Company Jewelers.
Handoff, Radigan finds a little bit of room. That will set up a 3rd and short for Olmsted Falls, but right now they're in no man's land. Look for them to keep this ball rolling if they can't get it here. Vince, how weird is it for you this offense to look so different than it has?
Extremely. So Olmsted Falls is one of the first schools I ever covered when I first started doing this all the way back in 2015. I've been used to that triple option, wishbone, whatever they want to call it, offense.
Flex bone.
Flex bone.
Not the wishbone. They're not the Raiders in 1981.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, it's very different for me to see this attack.
Pass drops back, looks, throws, finds a man out wide. He's going to find some more space down the sideline. It's a foot race. He's going to be caught right before the K-Mac red zone, right at the 21-yard line. Not a play you were expecting there from Olmsted Falls as they're hurrying up to the line of scrimmage.
Who caught that there? I missed the number. Was that 14, Keegan Smith?
Yes, it was.
So Keegan Smith, a good job there to make that turn after he caught it. Saw the field ahead of him, maybe a little bit faster. He'd still be running, but still a huge play.
Unable to unhitch the trailer. Looks, throws, finds a man on a bubble screen, trying to find a seam, finds a small one into the K-Mac red zone and off to the 9-yard line as Olmsted Falls is looking good here early in the second quarter.
So a big catch there again, Aiden O'Malley. Saw him do a couple runs earlier, gets his first reception, and here we go. You mentioned it, Kelly McLean, Achievement Centers. She's amazing.
Yeah, and if you're an athlete looking to go to the next level, need help with academics, or just want to be prepared, she is the person to go to. Pitch off to the left, Radigan, and dives for the 5-yard line. Good read and nice little delay from Pesh. I have never seen so many pitch options in one game.
Well, you called for it, right? We just got done talking about the old school Olmsted Falls attack.
You know, it's not really too much
that
of that.
Was a little bit of a flash of it, though.
A little bit, yeah. Where they did more of the triple option, kind of that power pitch option there. That's the speed pitch option.
Yeah.
I was running that today against Notre Dame as Miami, Ohio, before I came here, playing a little college football.
Yeah, I mean, that must have been fun. I had a lot of adult responsibilities today.
He falls around the 5-yard line. Radigan trying to find space, can't find it. Vince McKee continues to make fun of me, but continues to pay me as Olmsted Falls has a 3rd and 6.
Speaking of paying you, we're actually looking for our first ever. Not sure if I've ever mentioned it, at least on social media, maybe a couple hundred times. Still looking for our first brick and mortar sponsor ever from Olmsted Falls. But again, Brunswick needs the D up right here.
Pesh with Radigan. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, rolls out. Oh, good coverage. Oh, and almost an impressive throw, not able to haul it in. That was to Keegan Smith, not able to make the catch. And the field goal unit will roll on. I'm sure the offense from Olmsted Falls wants to stay out there.
So decision time here. Really didn't take him more than a split second to call for 3. Looks like a straightaway kick. And depending on where they spot it, might be about 23, 24 yards. Well, he keeps walking backwards, so about 25 yards. Dahmer off that left hash mark. What's your preference, left, right, center?
I never kicked the ball.
Or play kick the can?
I don't even know what that means.
I'm old.
You are. Snap. Hold and blocked. Not able to get it off. It will remain 7-0 with 9:29 to go here at Brunswick Auto Mall. And I believe the ball resets as if that was a touchback. It will not be at where the ball was kicked. So it will, Brunswick will start off at the 20. They're kind of in between here. Yeah, they'll start in the middle of the 20 there. Let's see if Jameson and company can get things going. This kid has the arm talent, but he hasn't had the time, Vince, What has impressed you with Jamison so far, and what do you want to see improve from him?
He's making quick decisions. That's what I'm impressed by. And when he is having to roll out of the pocket a little bit, waiting for his guys to get downfield, he's not panicking. Hasn't made any mistakes with the ball. I mean, honestly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 completions. He's looked pretty good. It just needs a little bit more time, and he's got this whole field ahead of him. I think we see 6 right here on this drive.
Handoff. Bullock trying to find space, but absolutely swallowed up. This run game has not worked so far for Brunswick. If anything, it's worked against them.
So credit to Brunswick to try to mix it up this week, a little bit more running the ball, but as you said, really hasn't gone anywhere. I mean, Gamboa, 3 total yards, Bollock in the negative category right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how long they stick with that and when they just kind of, air it out. Spoke in the pregame again with head coach James Boyes about, getting off to that hot start. This is now the 2nd straight week where that really has not happened.
2 wide receivers split in the backfield. Hand off to Gamboa. They try to spread him out a little bit, but he'll land just around the original line of scrimmage. It will be 3rd and long for Brunswick.
Good hole there up the middle. Real, as you said, really couldn't do too much with it, but still a pretty good job there by the guard and the center to create that hole. Olmsted Falls was ready on the 2nd level, though. Linebackers came up perfectly, and now they're doing that 3-5 you spoke about.
Yeah, even when they have a guy on the edge, it's still that just looks a little bit different. So you have a nose guard and 2 ends, heads up. A lot of linebackers. In a pick, and he'll have nothing but the referee in front of him. Jamison looked like a test, and he's into the end zone for a pick 6. Grant Rabnicki with the touchdown for the Bulldogs, and they're rolling.
And Rabnicki proved me right. I said we're going to see 6 on this drive. I didn't say by who. I just said we're going to see 6. And Rabnicki takes it to the house. That is definitely a candidate for our pink aqua power wash play of the game. No doubt about it. Holy smokes. Rabnicki to the house.
His brother was a running back 2 years ago. Had only started, I believe, his senior year. Had an impressive campaign. He was a player that we looked for every time we saw them play. As the extra point is up, extra point is good. 13-0. And I don't want to say what is a surprising result here early on, but after what we saw from Brunswick, we expected fireworks from their offense, but this Olmsted Falls defense has been nothing but impressive.
And I gave him the old announcer's jinx. I had said before that this drive started, I said Connor Jamison hasn't made any mistakes. He's making smart decisions. And then bada boom, bada bing, there's the pick 6 out of nowhere. So now a little bit more of a hold, down 2 possessions. We saw them come back from 14 down against Berea Mid Park. They have the legs to do it. Still very early. All those things still apply. But again, Olmsted Falls, they are just a winning tradition. Year after year after year, we see them do nothing but win. And this is something now where if you're Brunswick, the confidence, you had a lot of confidence last week. This cannot be the start they would have ever dreamed up. But Dahmer, I mean, just a beautiful play by Rabnicki, but at the same time, just a bad pass. I mean, he threw it right to him.
Yeah, he thought he had a lane. Rabnicki did a good job really breaking up that pass.
And those are the pick 6s you see the most too. When the receiver's back is
out to the boundary. Yep. Kick again. CJ Williams gets around the 26-yard line. Decent return for the young man. If he's able to break 1 tackle, probably would have been gone, but the Olmsted Falls group does a good job wrapping and bringing to the ground. Brunswick looking to restart, reset, get refreshed, and see if they can get something going here. They need a big play here, Vince, because right now the student body is out of it. The large student body for Brunswick is Olmsted Falls. I swear their student body always wears those neon vests. I don't think they do any other theme.
Well, the whole city for Halloween goes out as construction workers. So I think they just have them in the closet ready to go. I'm talking the adults, everybody.
Kill me. Hand off to the middle. No, it's the option, and he'll throw that to the ground. Right now, Jameson's seeing ghosts.
Well, here's the problem right now for Brunswick. You had something work really well last week. Again, 47 points. You have to think to yourself, okay, calm down. We could do this again. 1 possession at a time, but it's just people are not in the right spots. And now Brunswick calling a timeout as the wide receivers coach, bringing everybody over, and maybe just a deep breath moment here. Like, guys, it's early. Realize where you're at. Relax and play hard. I mean, honestly, Dom, you did this as a player. You've now been with Keon Sports I think at least 6 years as an announcer. There's no better place to be on a Friday night than here in Ohio in the fall than a high school football stadium. I challenge anybody.
Yeah, I mean, we have some of the best stadiums, some of the best atmospheres.
Just soak it in. Stop being nervous out there if you're Brunswick. Look around, take a deep breath, and be like, listen, playing football. Calm down. Know where you're supposed to be, make the play. I mean, am I crazy to say that?
Yeah, one thing that we used to always say is that, if we ever seem nervous, the moment seemed too big. Coaches always say, "You've only been doing this since you were 5."
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference? There's a few hundred people here. There's 2,000-3,000 people in the stands. Who cares? You've been doing this since the pads were too big on you. You're born to play this game, and that's what the message needs to be right now for Brunswick. Is that this group has been together. They believe that they can be successful together. They got to get it going. But right now, this is an Olmsted Falls group that is looking good. Hand off to the middle. One of the better runs they've had today, but only for a gain of 3. They've really struggled on the ground today.
So AJ Rebecca there on the carry, picking up 3. And now a 3rd and somewhat manageable here. Looking for the clock to adjust, but I want to say about 3rd and 7.
Rebecca out. And Bullock in. Pitch option to the right. Absolutely no space at all. Evan Patrick sniffs it out and stops it as Brunswick's punt unit Shirley is bound to be back on the field here with 7:20 left in the second quarter.
Now let me ask you a statistical
hurry,
question.
real quick, Vince, if they're staying on the field.
You are right. You are right.
4th and 9. Let's see what they do. Try to drum off sides.
For 9 yards.
20 seconds on the play clock. Here they go. Snap. And they're, pooch punt. No one back there. That ball. It's going to keep rolling towards the sideline. That's actually a smart call there. Ben Roethlisberger used to do that a lot back in the day for the Steelers.
I'll tell you what. I mean, no knock on their regular punter, but their quarterback.
Yeah.
One heck of a leg just now. And that's the second Steelers reference. If you're over under tonight is 3.5, folks. You're gonna want to bet the over as we are 2 in.
It will hit.
That's 2, and we got 6:55 to go. See, Pittsburgh doesn't have a basketball team, so when we do basketball together, you can't pull any out in restrooms.
Yeah, we do.
Right?
Well, you never
Minor
watched
league, right?
you never watched the movie The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh?
I have not.
Do you know what that movie is?
No.
It's starring Julius Erving, where he is a small forward for the Pittsburgh Pisces.
Not doing me any favors. But okay. Don't know who that is.
You know what Julius Erving is? Dr. J?
Oh, you said Julius Irving. I'm sorry.
Hand
Okay.
off to the middle.
Oh.
And lands just around the line to gain, and he'll get it. Nice, impressive run there by Radigan.
I think the only movie that I watched about a fish that wasn't like Free Willy or
Well,
Jaws.
it's not about a fish. It's about the fish that saved Pittsburgh. What they do, the team's not gelling together, so Dr. J finds a sign reader, and they're all Pisces, so the entire team has like the same sign. Hand off to the middle. Oh, he's gonna bulldoze a man and fall just around the chains. Tough physical run. I know right now my dad's not listening, but when I tell him to listen, he'll love this because he loves that movie.
I have nothing wrong with that. Radigan tearing it up now. That's gains of 10 and 13 his last 2 carries. I just noticed who we have not seen tonight. The young man must be hurt. I don't know the story, but I haven't seen Kai Gilbert touch the ball once.
No, I have not. I haven't even seen him in the game. Young man must be hurt.
I am listed as the number 1 option, so clearly I screwed something up. But Owen Radigan
We saw
doing
him
well.
a lot last week in the film that I watched. Pass to Radigan. Gain about 4. He's done a good job. This offensive line has done a good job. Different scheme, running a lot of zones, something that this offensive line did not grow up doing. So the fact that these 5 young men, and by the way, this big offensive line, they average around 250 up front, but in the middle, they're around 280, all 3 of them.
Right.
And then the tackles around 220 and 240. I mean, this is a big group.
Line coach Rob Pace does a tremendous job as well.
A little mistiming. Pass swallowed up. Can he find some room? And he'll break out of it. He'll gain a few, and he'll fall just before the chains. Impressive there by the running back, or by the quarterback, pardon me, but he ran like a running back, that's for sure.
Great job out of James Pesh there. Cameron Pesh. really phenomenal there. Took something that should have been a loss of yardage and really now makes it a 2nd and short. Hey, that's fine. I called the game one time. I did play-by-play with Olmsted Falls where I said it was the quarterback running and it turned out to be the running back. It happens.
Bubble screen to the right. Gets the first down and a tad bit more. Scores 27-3 at Avon as Pine Richland is dominating the Division II state champions. So they are the equivalent of Division I over there, Pine Richland is. They are 6A in Pittsburgh in the WIPUL, and I know we'd like to have an argument here, but different in Pittsburgh. All the Pittsburgh suburb teams play against each other, unlike Cleveland. Drops back, looks, finds a man deep towards the end zone, pot and touchdown. What a throw and what a catch by Keegan Smith, the Bulldogs. Well, it just continues. This team won't stop. Scores 20-0 right here at Brunswick.
31-yard touchdown catch there. Keegan Smith wide open over the middle. And now, I'll tell you what, this is something else because we've been talking a lot here early on about how Brunswick has plenty of time. And again, they still do. But, I mean, now we're looking at a 3-possession game that quickly. And you were talking about the Pittsburgh football, but real quick, it was Rabnicki with a beautiful play to set that up.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll roll in, or I think the offense stayed out there. They go for 2, so 22-0. Radigan adds a little bit more to his resume.
So Olmsted Falls just catching them stunned right now, getting the big play for the touchdown. Caught him off guard there clearly with the 2-point conversion. I don't think anybody saw that coming. And just like that, a 0-0 game that we had for almost the entire first quarter is suddenly 22-0 with 4:23 to go here in the second quarter. And Dom, I mean, I made the boxing reference a little bit earlier about, laying the leather, and now we're talking about punches and bunches, but this is a lot of points quickly for this Olmsted Falls team, which has been dominating the line on both sides of the ball. 22-0. They get it back again. They score again. They go for another 2-point conversion. All of a sudden, we're looking at the 30-point running clock possibility in the second half. That's something I never saw coming.
We thought the fireworks would be off today, and it has been the case for one team, but not the other after both teams initially had a slow start.
Olmsted Falls just winning that battle every single time at the line. That has changed everything tonight.
That ball will go out of bounds. .423 remaining. Here for Brunswick to get something going and get on the scoreboard here before this game, well, quite frankly, gets out of hand.
Again, we have a lot of sponsors tonight. You've seen them in the pregame. You'll see them at halftime. You've seen them between the first and second quarters. We want to thank those sponsors. I'll do you a favor. I'll give you my personal email address this time, coachvin14@yahoo.com. Let's talk.
Jameson with Bullock. Gaboa to his right as well. Hand off in the middle, trying to find space, and we'll find nothing going.
I feel like a broken record right now, though, but Olmsted Falls continues to win those battles at the line. I mean, Gamboa, I'll add it up at halftime, but he's looking at about maybe 12 yards on 6 carries.
The young man has struggled to find any opening.
Hasn't been there. Oh, that's a big mistake there from Olmsted Falls.
Yeah. Neutral zone infraction shortly.
And you mentioned Pine Richland, though, 27-3. And listen, y'all, that is no knock on Avon. They have a lot of sophomores playing. Coach Eller will get that team right quickly, I assure you. Don't be shocked if they go 7-0 in the SWC again this year.
Split back. Gaboa to the top of your screen, now in motion. He's going to be out wide. Jameson looks, bubble screen, or swing pass actually out wide, trying to find space only a little bit. It will be 3rd and 2. Pardon me, 3rd 1 now it looks to be.
Well, I'll tell you what, too. I mean, we're up here in the sky and everything, but it kind of looks like Brunswick got away with a little bit of a hold there.
There's a hold every play, Vince, but if I was a ref, I'd never call it. 3rd and 1. Let's see what they do. 1 yard has been really hard to gain here, unless it's come in bunches. But trying to gain one specifically, they have struggled. Brunswick trying to avoid the pressure and can. Olmsted Falls, quite frankly, they brought everybody.
I mean, it's just men versus boys on that line. Mason Cervek in on that tackle. And again, I mean, Gavin Bullock's a kid who could run. I mean, when he goes downhill, he could run through just about anybody. So for Olmsted Falls to be stopping, Gavin Bullock like they've done tonight, not what you want. You saw this kid in a bevy of rolls last week, 2 catches out of the backfield for 2 touchdowns. They just have not been able to get anything going. And this is a situation now, Don, where is it desperation time? Do you go for it here on 4th and 5 with another pooch kick? You actually go for it.
I would punt it here and see if you can get a stop. Maybe you have some little bit of time, maybe better field position. But right now, my objective is to get into halftime and see what we can do to swing this around a little bit.
Checking in again, 9:32 to play in that game, in the second quarter, I should say. And it is all Pine Richland, as you said, 27-3 in that one.
Yeah, not something either of us were expecting talking about today. I know Braden SP doing play-by-play for that game didn't expect it either. As they will go for it here, maybe a little pooch punt.
We'll have some scores for you at the tail end of halftime, correct?
Yeah, we'll have a little bit of ads, and we'll go into the halftime show. Pooch punt again, a nice punt. Let's see that puppy roll, shall we? Goes to the 10, keeps going. They're going to have to dive for it. And they're going to pin him in. See, punting was the right choice, wasn't it, Vince?
I'll tell you what, as impressed as I am with Connor Jameson's arm, I'm just going to say it. I'm more impressed by his leg tonight. Holy cow.
I mean, the kid can punt, that's for sure.
You know who was the first to do that? You talk about the Steelers. I'll talk about my favorite football team, the Denver Broncos. It was John Elway. It was actually one of the first stud quarterbacks to do that. Dan Reeves would call for that every now and then on the 4th down. Also, here's a blast from the past talking about Pennsylvania football. Randall Cunningham of the Philadelphia Eagles was a master at punting the ball as a quarterback.
And Philadelphia, that's essentially New Jersey.
I mean, it really is. When Emily and I visited Philadelphia, we got lost for about 10 seconds. The next thing I knew, we were
and you're in Rutgers campus, yeah.
Oh, yeah, almost immediately.
It's really weird.
Didn't really care for Philadelphia, but like the cheesesteaks, like the Rocky Steps. Wouldn't want to live there, but fun to visit.
Yeah, I don't really like visiting. Another timeout. 2:48 left here. I'm a Pittsburgh guy. Come on.
I'll tell you what, you had a big year, my friend, because not only did the New York Knicks prove to be the team that couldn't be stopped. For you fans at home, the New York Knicks is his favorite basketball team. But I don't know, and I'm sure you do. Do you see who's been red hot lately in baseball?
Red Sox?
Yes.
Huh?
They got a better record than Cleveland.
Yeah, they've had a better record than Cleveland. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, wow. So
well, they're in a big series tonight. They have a 4-game series in New York or against New York. I don't know where it is, but if they take 3, they're ahead, and they'll have home. They'll get home field advantage against the Yankees in the wild card.
The bobblehead I gave you for the mascot, do they call him the green blob?
No, it's Greeny. Or it's Wally. Wally the Green Monster.
Wally the Green Monster. Yeah. Okay.
Still have that.
You know what you and I need to do? Speaking of baseball, we need to go to a game at PNC together. I'm dead serious.
Have some crab fries.
I love that stadium.
It's a great stadium.
What we eat while we're there.
In the power eye, trying to get him to jump off sides, QB sneak. Gain some secure. He dove really far.
Yeah. They're just pushing them around on
yeah.
the line.
I mean, this offensive line for Olmsted Falls is truly dominating today.
Again, fans, look for this story tonight. Our writer, Kaylee Minch, taking some vigorous notes to have the article out. KeyOnSports.com. Again, KeeOnSports.com. Always said I would never want a company with my name in it. Oh, well.
Yeah, a little bit of a hypocrite move there, Vince.
What an egomaniac.
This guy. Someone jumped off sides. See who it is. And a false start on Olmsted Falls. Moving back about 5 yards, excuse me.
If you're Olmsted Falls, do you catch them off guard here? Roll out Pesh, go deep to Keegan down the sidelines. That one-on-one coverage out there. Could you imagine?
No, you don't.
Folks, If you only knew how hard I'm trying not to laugh at this moment.
155. Looks like they're going to let this bleed here.
Actually met Dom for the first time on a football field many years ago.
Yeah.
What was that?
I'm not quite sure what just happened.
Clock keeps running during all this. Now they finally stop it. Technically, shouldn't the clock keep running, or what am I screwing up here? If it's an offensive penalty.
No.
No? Okay. Because it's inside 2 minutes?
Believe so, yep.
All right. Our cameraman, Jonathan D'Amato, all over it tonight.
Reading some Italian subs here. Not say what company it was. No free sponsorships. QB sneak again. If I'm Brunswick here, do they have timeouts?
Use them.
They have 2, and they called it.
I'll tell you what, though, Dom, and you always talk about it every week because I go home from my game. I always watch your guys' game. Long-standing tradition. You know, so many times I've heard you mention the band, the smell of the concessions, everything, that Friday night feel. I got to give it to them. Olmsted Falls' band is gigantic. They are huge. And then Brunswick's band is large, too. So I think we're in for some pretty nice half-game performances.
So I'll never forget. First game I ever called here was Brunswick going against Avon. It was in the other box, right? You can see it on the top of your screen when the ball's in the middle of the field. I was with Cole McDaniel, and hopefully Cole's still listening. I know he was listening earlier on. And, you know, the story for another day, but that was a chaotic day for me and Cole. I think I had about 19 different diseases happening at the same time. I was super sick. And the halftime comes on for Brunswick. It looked like they were calling aliens from space. I mean, they had lights everywhere. They had, like, towers. I mean, if there was a UFO, it saw what was going on in Brunswick, because I think they were signaling for extraterrestrials out there in space.
You know what's funny? When I grew up in North Olmsted, I never really came to Brunswick. I had zero reason. Since I started this company 8, 9 years ago, I am here constantly. I absolutely love this city. It seems like there's something always going on. Everybody is so friendly. Pass rolls out, first down pass. And that is a huge one right there.
Oh, I didn't even see that, Vince.
You're good. Max Eicher made a great one-on-one play to get open. Went for about an extra 8 yards after he caught the ball. And now you have to ask yourself, do they just run out the clock here, or what do they do? And that wasn't Max Eicher, excuse me. It was actually number 13 for Olmsted Falls. My apologies. That was Drew Uber on the catch. I had the wrong score sheet in front of me, but a nice rollout and completion there.
That clock is tick, 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 ticking. 1:14 to play here in the second quarter. So first half is going to reach our conclusion.
You mentioned that Avon game. That wasn't the vaunted Max Arnold game.
It was the haunted Max Arnold game. It's a gain for 2 there. So they're going to let this clock go. Nice little completion there, as they just wanted to avoid Brunswick getting another possession with really a short field.
Now, if Olmsted Falls, this is just me, but with Brunswick only having 1 timeout left, I'd actually run out the clock here. Run it again. Force them to call timeout if they really want to. You run another play, and that's the half.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing here. 17 seconds left on the play clock.
I'd be shocked if they
30 seconds left here in the game clock. Second down, so 1 play here, and they can go into the locker room. They're going to throw it, bubble screen. Can he stay in bounds? He's going to go out of bounds.
I don't get that play call. I mean, I understand the bubble screen. It's very high percentage, but you go out of bounds.
You know how I feel about bubble screens. 19 seconds left here in the first half to play.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand that play.
Maybe, maybe not.
If you want to go high percentage, just run it off tackle. Because now Brunswick, they will call a timeout here. I want to put it past them. If they get a stop, why not? I would. If you get a stop here, and if I'm looking at that scoreboard correctly, and I believe that I am, I think they have a timeout left.
Handoff. Radigan, he's going to find space and nothing but blue in front of him. It's a foot race to the 30, 25, 20, 15. And he's going to go out of bounds with 9 seconds as Olmsted Falls is cooking with gas.
25 plus about 40. We're going to say 66 yards. Why not? Holy smokes, does that change everything? Radigan now in the first half alone, I'll have the halftime stats for you. He is pushing 100 yards on the ground.
He has had a heck of a ball game.
Well, no Kai Gilbert this week, so a chance for Radigan to touch the ball in a traditional running back formation. If he's done well. And now here we go. Now they got a chance to score and strike, go for 2, go up at halftime by 30, start the second half with a running clock. Brunswick needs to stop in the
Drops
worst
back,
way.
looks, finds a man back in the end zone, and caught again for another touchdown. That's Keegan Smith as that clock is going to roll when the second half begins, just like the Bulldogs are. They are on a roll, Vince.
Yeah, I mean, just a huge catch there for Keegan Smith. They would have to go for 2 to get it up to 30 for the clock to roll. Let's see what they do. Looks like they're actually lining up for 1, but that is wild there. Now here, why don't you go for 2? Go for the juggler. All right, they're going for 1. Third touchdown pass of the night, Cameron Pesh. Woof.
Do you know what it's called when a player gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion?
No,
It's called an octopus.
really?
In the Super Bowl, if you do prop bets, you can do a prop bet as will there be an octopus?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, me and Brandon SP actually talked about it on air the one time because we were both confused by it, and then we looked it up and we figured out that that just meant scoring 8 points, all 8 points.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure not to leave as the Smith Mason Local 404 Union halftime show will be here, and I'll be with you giving those scores quickly.
Those scores will be brought to you by our latest sponsor tonight. Shout out Tammy Dracy. Her daughter, actually, Izzy Dracy, covered her at North Ridgeville basketball many years ago. She is now the star quarterback for Team USA, international flag football team. Just won the silver medal. Shout out to them. But again, our latest sponsor of our out-of-town scoreboard, Peter Company and Jewelers in Avon Lake, our second sponsor from Avon Lake this year. So going to have those scores to you.
After we were just in Avon Lake just a week ago. Kickoff to Williams. Hauls it in around the 8-yard line, trying to find space. Can he find some? Not a lot, as that clock will roll down to double zeros. And that will be halftime here at Brunswick, as it has been all Olmsted Falls and what has been a surprising first half. As we will head to the Smith Mason Local 404 Union halftime show. But before we do that, here are a word from our sponsors.
This week's Key on Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Jenny's Popcorn. You can find their flavors anywhere popcorn is sold, including Giant Eagle and Mark's. Visit them online at jennyspopcorn.com or in person at 38727 Taylor Parkway in North Ridgeville, Ohio. They have everything from butter, cheese, caramel, and everything in between at this popcorn paradise. Tech Corp LLC. From project and product management to sales, direct application, and consulting, they are dedicated to providing their clients with the best experience and service results in the industry. Lally's Handyman Service. From deck and fence building to indoor and outdoor remodeling, Lally's Handyman Service has you covered. Matt and his crew have been out to my home numerous times for a multitude of services and have hit a home run every time. Repair, replace, and remodel with Lally's Handyman Service. Give them a call at 216-789-2047. Climate Tech Inc. For 48 years, family-owned and operated Climate Tech has been the premier company for all HVAC services. For both residential and commercial, they have it covered. They offer free estimates on equipment replacement and 24-hour emergency service. Visit them at climatetech.com. Brian Stang of Helene Kia. Don't miss the boat when it comes to shopping for your next vehicle. Brian Stang, the Kia water skier at Helene Kia in North Olmsted, is ready to help. Brian is a third-generation car guy with over 25 years of experience and knows how to make the car buying process smoother than water in a no-wake zone. With more than 500 new and certified pre-owned cars to choose from, Brian can help you find the right car for your needs, style, and budget. Call Brian Stang, the Kia water skier at Helene Kia, 440-777-1475. And to all you student athletes, coaches, families, and fans, good luck this season and have fun cheering on your favorite team. Lou Grasso Accounting and Tax Services. Your taxes and accounting needs must be handled by the very best, so you can rest easy. You can have that comfort of knowing your money is being handled by the experts with Lou Grasso Accounting and Tax Services. They prepare individual, corporate, nonprofit, and small business tax returns. They also specialize in investment and accounting and managing clients' QuickBooks with over $275 million in assets accounted for. Located in Avon, they prepare your federal, state, and city returns, which includes e-file and direct deposit. Please visit their website at www.lugrassotax.com for more info. Kelly McLean Achievement Center, the premier resource for high school athletes who wish to continue to play in college. They provide a one-on-one consultative approach to help students determine their needs and goals. Visit them online at kellymac.com.
Welcome on into the Smith Mason Local 404 Union halftime show. I am Dominic Clary, one member of your broadcast team here today. It is a 29-0 routing so far of the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs, currently over the Brunswick Blue Devils, but could we see a comeback? So make sure to stay tuned as the Olmsted Falls band is currently on the field. Some scores across Northeast Ohio here tonight. As Buckeye, they are losing to Amherst Steel 28-13. Pine Richland currently over Avon 27-3. What was a surprising result early on is, well, we expect big things from Avon every time they're out in the field. Make sure to tune into that, as who knows, maybe Avon will get back into that game, as that is our other game of the week going on our YouTube channel. Lake Catholic is currently over Avon Lake 14-0 in the second quarter. Twinsburg is leading is down to Bedford 6-7. Padua currently beating Benedictine 3-0. North Ridgeville currently above Brush 7-0. Chardon beating Cleveland Heights 11-7. Copley currently beating Akron Firestone 28-8. Berea Mid Park and Euclid are in a close one. 13-12 is the score there in favor of Euclid. Cardinal Mooney, a team we will see next week against Canfield for the Keon Sports Game of the Week. That'll be me and Brandon Marvel at that game. Cardinal Mooney is down to Garfield Heights 39-37 in a close game. Massillon currently up on Glen Oak 14-0 in the second quarter. Talmadge and Green are tied at 7-7. Wadsworth and Hillard Davidson. It's a close one there. It's Hillard Davidson is up 8-7. Hubbard and Howland facing off there in the Youngstown area, 14-7 in favor of Howland. Independence and Rootstown are tied at 0-0. And a few more here. Massillon Jackson is losing to Hudson 28-14. Erie McDowell of PA is losing to Menard 10-7. North Olmsted beating Midview 13-7. Olentangy Liberty is losing to Glenville 19-0. As you can hear Vince excited in the background. Kirkland and Poland are tied 14-14. Normandy and Ravenna 0-0 there. As the score between North Royalton and Brecksville is 0-0 as those two teams are battling it out. That is it for the Smith Mason Local 404 Union halftime show. I'm Dominic Clary. We'll be back in around 15 minutes for the Keon Sports Game of the Week.
This week's Keon Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Earthflora. Earthflora.com is the leader in the trade of botanical artificial plants and trees custom made with your vision in mind. Call them today at 440-899-4947 or visit them at www.earthflora.com. Make sure you enter code SAVE5 to save an extra 5% and get free shipping on orders of $100 or more within the inland United States. Chatty's Tavern. Dining out is not the easiest choice these days, but at Chatty's Tavern at 15478 Avon Belden Road in Grafton, it quickly becomes the only choice. It is family run and doesn't take you long to feel like you're one of the family when you're there. Owner Matthew Harlan puts his heart and soul into Chatty's, and that is truly what makes the difference. It's that at-home atmosphere that will make you feel welcome and eager to return. The Cleveland Building and Construction Trades Council provides essential coordination and support to the work of its affiliated local unions in order that, through inter-trade solidarity, organized construction workers achieve a powerful voice in government, bargaining, and in their communities. They work to secure the trade jurisdiction and autonomy of their affiliates as the respected arbiter of trade issues, and through that work contribute to the community of employment and economic security of organized construction workers. Established in 1913, the Cleveland Building and Construction Trades Council continues to provide skilled union craftsmanship throughout Northeast Ohio. Village Coffee and Creamery. From the founders of Nancy's Main Street Diner comes Village Coffee and Creamery. They have everything from dessert, lunch items, and coffee to ice cream and every kind of sweet treat you could think of. They are located at 486 Main Street in Grafton. Advanced Diagnostics Auto Care and Maintenance. If you want dealership quality at a fraction of the cost, visit Advanced Diagnostics Auto Care and Maintenance at 23779 Lorraine Road in North Olmsted, and you won't be disappointed. You need a repair shop that you can trust. They know the repair process is all about customer service. How they treat their customers is just as important, if not more important, than the quality of the services they provide. They are always willing to discuss your repair needs before, during, and long after your visit. They treat you like family and won't stop until you're completely satisfied and road ready. B.A. Sweetie Candy Company. The world's most famous candy company is right here in our backyard. They are located at 6770 Brook Park Road in Cleveland, and it is a candy lover's paradise. They have every candy from your childhood, so make sure to visit them today. Traveler's Grill. Under new ownership, Traveler's Grill at 24532 Lorraine Road is doing big business because of their great food and incredible customer service. Pay no attention to the packed parking lot, they've got plenty of room for you, so come on in. Fresh menu, fresh faces, fresh vibe, same great neighborhood spot, just leveled up. Traveler's Grill is at 24532 Lorraine Road and is your premier destination in North Olmsted. Aspen Property Services. If you want your yard to look perfect, leave it up to the pros of Aspen Property Services. Call and ask for details at 720-215-1786. They are the leaders in the landscaping industry and can help with restoration and regular maintenance. Adventure Girl Photography LLC. Ohio Sports Photography, Sports Media Days, Seniors, and Unique Kids Sessions are just a few of the many photo services offered by Stacy Wilson. Don't wait to contact them today to reserve your spot with the talented Stacy Wilson of Adventure Girl Photography LLC. Check them out online or contact her at adventuregirlphotography1021@gmail.com to book your next session. West Side Flea. The West Side Flea will be back in North Olmsted all summer at a brand new location in the south parking lot of the Great Northern Mall. Vendors and food trucks will set up in the parking lot area. They'll have music, kids games, and more in the grass. As always, it is a rain or shine outdoor event. Catalyst Cleanouts and Junk Removal. When life gets overwhelming, you don't have to handle it alone. At Catalyst Cleanouts and Junk Removal, they specialize in projects that feel too big to tackle yourself. From estate and whole home cleanouts, to senior transitions, downsizing, hoarding situations, garages, basements, barns, businesses, and commercial properties, their experienced team is ready to step in and get the job done. They understand that sometimes they're not just removing things, they're helping families through major life transitions. Locally owned, family operated, proudly serving Northeast Ohio. Catalyst, Cleanouts, and Junk Removal. Overwhelmed? Let them help. Visit catalystcleanouts.com or call 234-525-8896 today. Cleveland Burial and Cremation Company. Pre-planning your funeral should be a natural part of your life because it provides you with the time to make end-of-life decisions. At Cleveland Burial and Cremation Company, they are honored to serve their community during a difficult time and are committed to providing the highest level of care and support to every family they serve. They are proud to be the Cleveland, Akron, and Lorain area's first and most trusted provider of affordable burial and cremation services. For over 36 years, Northeast Ohio hospices, veterans, and their families have turned to Cleveland Burial and Cremation Company. Look them up today at simpleandaffordable.com. Pink Aqua Power Wash. They provide professional exterior cleaning services for homes and businesses, built on reliability, attention to detail, and results you can see. Founded on the values of quality, integrity, and customer care, Pink Aqua Power Wash was built with a simple mission: to provide safe, effective, and affordable cleaning solutions that instantly transform your property. From the moment you contact them to the moment your surfaces shine again, their team is committed to giving you a smooth, friendly, and professional experience. Hungry for a tasty lunch that is unique, delicious, and affordable? Check out Teriyaki Madness in Strongsville, and you will walk away happy and fulfilled. Teriyaki Madness serves delicious chicken teriyaki bowls, plus yakisoba noodles, fresh veggies, and more. With a larger menu and excellent prices, there is truly something for everyone in the family. Swing by today at 17818 Royalton Road in Strongsville to find out for yourself. Gizmo Photography. Looking for contemporary portraits for seniors, families, teens, and tweens? Check out Gizmo Photography. Their goal is to capture those elusive, unfiltered moments. The result is images that make an impression. Contact them at 330-322-9722 or at gizmophoto.net@gmail.com to discuss all your photography needs. Speedy's Grub Shack is the ultimate stop to fill up your tank and stomach all at once. Located all over Northeast Ohio and with a brand new location in Middleburg Heights, they aren't just fast food, they're fresh food. Everything is made in-house and fresh to order. Gyros, hand-battered fried chicken, authentic grilled sandwiches, and much, much more. Come get your fix at the Grub Shack. The John Harnish Team. The John Harnish Team, powered by Society Mortgage, is a specialized residential lending group known for blending high-tech efficiency with a client-first philosophy. Led by Jonathan Harnish, the team focuses on providing accessible home financing solutions for a wide range of borrowers, from first-time buyers to seasoned real estate investors. The team offers a comprehensive suite of loan products designed to fit diverse financial portfolios. Reach out to him today at jharnish@societymortgage.com. No one likes turning the ball over or getting penalized, and if you want to make sure you don't turn over any money at tax time, then visit Stevens Tax Services. Tom has been trusted with people's finances for years and will make sure you don't cough up any money when going with him. You can learn more at stevenstaxservice.com or give him a call at 440-331-8989 to get help with all your tax and notarization needs. The Robert Gates Legacy Foundation. This foundation aims to raise money to provide relief to organ transplant recipients. The cost of rejection medications are thousands of dollars per month, and they are needed to keep organ recipients alive. They also provide scholarships in Robert Gates' name and provide financial relief to living donors as they take time off of work for testing, workups, and surgeries, all to save someone's life by giving the gift of life.
The Moose is on the loose at Mickey's. Your local Mickey's is open now for the food and fuel you need to keep your family on moving. Be sure to use your Mickey Mart Rewards card to quickly rack up amazing member-only deals, including free food and beverages. Mickey's is a proud supporter of our local school systems through our Fuel Schools program and excited to team up with Keon Sports to bring you all the finest moments in local sports, information, and entertainment. Visit www.mickeythemoose.com. That's mickeythemoose.com to find your location near you. Some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Roxandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Roxandich, and Roxandich said, nope, give me that. I'm holding on to this. And reaches that arm towards the plane broke it, and it's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here, Cole. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight. In Roxandich gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players, their smart players on the field, they have a chance to win the game. They need to be a little bit more. The adrenaline stops you. They need to get back up to that pace here.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Davis bouncing it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and just like that. 4 plays, 4 runs, all carries for Marquise Davis, a guy who ran for 333 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. Did not have a big first half. It was quiet, and he shows up on the first drive right when the Tigers need him, 10-6.
You know, he gets that edge. There's no one that can catch him. There needs to be someone right in front of him if they want any hopes of stopping Marquise Davis. He has that.
If you're Cleveland Heights, you can use Brunswick's game against them. Still 8 minutes to go, but continue to run the ball, run the clock, and you have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs before making it into the end zone.
Davis slipping through a couple tacklers, keeps the legs churning. Nobody could bring him down. Was touched back around the 8-yard line and just kept dragging defenders. And that's why he's the type of running back prospect we've been. Happened to the green wave on the other end. Here an option. This one going to be a pitch to the outside. Got a block and going to step into the end zone right around the corner. Nice blocking there by the wide receiver, setting that edge and giving some room for number 30, Andre Jenkins, the sophomore, to make his way into the end zone untouched. And also credit to Elijah Gray on that pitch, well timed on the driving once again, looking to get their first win of the season and break that 9-game win streak for Holy Name dating back to 2013. But right now, Holy Name, they need to get a stop here. I know it's early in this game, but things are trending the way of Normandy. And a lot of it's because of Elijah Gray, the quarterback, trying to make a man miss an open field. He does. Past the 15-yard line, slips past the tackler, cuts inside, and he's going to barrel his way into the end zone. I'll tell you what's more slippery than that football tonight, and that is the quarterback, Elijah Gray. Nobody can bring that man down.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is one of the most exciting runners of a quarterback that I've seen.
And a reminder that this trip to the red zone has been brought to you by Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Visit kelly-mac.com to learn more. 2nd and 2 from the 5. Have to get to the 3-yard line to pick up the first down. Rodriguez on the carry. Looks like he's going to get close and just enough to move the chains. Down at the 2. 1st and goal.
That's nice having that first down marker right there. Now you have 4 golden chances at the 2-yard line to punch one in.
But don't forget, Dom, this is the second time it's happened just like this. They got a fresh set of downs on the 2-yard line earlier in this game. Didn't quite turn out. Got to shake off the cobwebs.
Still running out of the same set from the last 2 plays. They're going to go back to the well with Rodriguez again. And Rodriguez is into the end zone. Touchdown, Holy Name. And this crowd has come back to life after being quiet in the latter stages of the first half. 14-6, an opportunity to make it 7.
That's how you set the tone. That's how you come out of half and show that we're still here, that we're not done yet. This is a tough group, as Ryan Day said in his post-game interview after the Notre Dame game. This is a tough team. That's what Holy Name is. They proved it right there with that offensive line putting in work, and those running backs doing well. That was a good drive.
Here's the hold, looks good, and that kick is up and good. 14-7, 1
did that. He needed that run. Yeah, he's hobbling, he's hurt, he's in pain. But as soon as he says go, and that ball hits his fingers, the light shining down bright on him, you have 11 hungry invaders trying to get to you, and all he can think of is the task at hand.
Pull back to pass, looking down the field. He's got a man wide open, and he finds him into the open field, and headed for the end zone is number 7, Colin Doskos, the senior, and an opportunity to tie this game up. What a huge play there as Cole kept his eyes down the field, and there was nobody around Doskos.
hurt ankle, no ankle, doesn't matter. We are back here in Brunswick at Brunswick Auto Mall Stadium. Olmsted Falls is beating the Blue Devils of Brunswick 29-0. It's been a routing thus far as we are about to resume play. Vince, you have some stats for us.
I do. So Olmsted Falls, and let me just preface this. All these stats are unofficial, but they're pretty close, I'd assume. Cameron Pesh, quarterback for Olmsted Falls, I have him at 9 of 16 for 141 yards and 3 touchdowns. Running back Owen Radigan, 11 carries for 121. And really, their star receiver out of absolutely nowhere, just tearing it up tonight. Keegan Smith, 3 catches for 77 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'm going to recap the touchdowns quickly. Speaking of those, we've seen 3 huge touchdown passes from Cameron Pesh. As I said, 2 to Keegan Smith, 1 to Adam Smith. They had that surprise 2-point conversion as well. And then the pick 6, Rab Nicky. I said, at 7-0, I said I feel 6 points coming on this drive. Clearly, I wasn't talking about Brunswick. I was talking about the defense. No, I'm just joking. I was talking about Brunswick. But Rab Nicky proved me wrong with that pick 6. That is how we are at 29-0. I don't know if we're going to wait for the next 24 seconds. Nope, there's the clock reset. Back to Dom Clary. And a shout out, real quick. I said I was going to shout her out. Talked to her at halftime. Great job by our remote writer, Kaylee Minch.
Doing a great job as always. Appreciate the work she does. And that ball will be caught in the end zone, but almost not a touchback. He wanted to return it, not able to. Haven't seen much of that young man there. That was Raphael Rogers. I think he's been on defense mainly, but wanted to see what he had to offer there, and I think he wanted to show off a little bit. Not able to, as Brunswick will get started here at the 20-yard line.
So actually, this looks like it's going to be Olmsted Falls ball to start with the football. And Dom, that's what I wanted to run by you to start this, right? With Olmsted Falls. I think the best thing they could possibly do here is run about a good 4 or 5 minutes off the clock, a slow, methodical drive, score one more time, and start that running clock, which would be just the ultimate backbreaker right now.
Okay. Into the pistol. Pesh. Handoff. Rumbles, stumbles for about 4 yards. And that's once again Owen Radigan.
So Owen Radigan, 11 carries in that first half for the 121. The big pops there, obviously 10-13, and then that 66-yard touchdown, run that set up the touchdown.
Pesh. So hands off to Radigan.
And this is a production of KeonSports.com. That's KeonSports.com. Olmsted Falls, we need you. Our first ever brick and mortar sponsor. We are waiting. CoachFin14 at yahoo.com. All right, Dom, 3rd and short. These are the situations where Brunswick needs to get off the field.
A little production work. Sorry about that. As they need to gain 2. To Radigan, can he get it? And he'll get stopped right at the line to gain. It looks like he got it. Yes, he did. The chains will move here as the sun has set. And wow, what a beautiful moon here tonight. Blood orange.
Isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful night here at Brunswick, but not for the Blue Devils so far.
Oh.
Or as what they call them in France when the name was originally made, Diabolus Blues.
You're truly a romantic, Dom. And I got to tell you, I know it's 21.
I don't know what you're about to say.
29-0. I'm quickly switching subjects. But, I mean, the cheerleaders trying to keep that Brunswick crowd into it. I think that's your 3rd reference to France so far tonight.
Handoff. Well, there's a reason why. He's trying to find space, lands around the 35. Nice tackle there by Brunswick defenders. As a young man is holding his shoulder.
3rd carry on the night there for O'Malley.
The young man will waltz off the field. Yeah, it looks like the wind got knocked out of him. Needs a second.
So again,
we'll look at him.
With as many times as I've covered Olmsted Falls, I have so much respect for head coach Tom DeLuca. Look at him as a friend.
I mean, how can you not have respect for him? What this program has done and what they stood for. A lot of great young men come out of this program as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Rocco Connie is now, he's getting touches. He's a senior coming up in the Naval Academy, or Air Force Academy. Yeah. He's starting to get some touches.
Yeah.
So for a while he was a special teams player. He's now listed as a starter on their depth chart.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Tom, the Conti family to me, one of the best high school football families I've ever met. And I got to say, too, if I was to list great families, a lot of them do come out of Olmsted Falls.
I'll never forget we're doing the playoff show, and the family had a really nice talk with him. And
Yeah.
what was his last game as a Bulldog? But again, very very nice family. Limited experience with him and his family, but it was truly a pleasure to get to know him as an athlete and a young man, and kind of get to talk to his family a little bit too. That's some of the perks of covering the same communities over and over again, is getting to know the young men and their family, and kind of and seeing a lot of names pop up. I mean, how many years have we been saying Rabnicki?
Ah, how many years have we been saying it wrong? But no, now we're actually saying it right.
Yeah, we are
So
saying it. Well, we
we'll
think
see.
we're
We'll
saying
see.
it
I'll,
right.
I'll
I'm
check my email
sure.
tonight about 1 a.m. We'll see if there's anything there. But all
Okay.
joking aside, though, I mean, it is cool. Listen, we joke about it, but May Simon, all right, May Simon is going to be a freshman girls basketball player this year for Olmsted Falls. She's already listed as like one of the top 10 in the state of Ohio, right? I covered Grace Simon when Keon Sports first started, her oldest
I mean,
sister.
Simon's.
Covered Jesse
I
Simon.
mean, Simon's a name that's been in.
Yes.
I wonder if it's related
There
to
was
the
a kid he went
Simons.
to,
Yeah, Pat
go with
Simon.
it, go with it, yeah.
Yeah.
There was the
Then his
kid
brother played as well.
at Baldwin Wallace.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pat Simon, now a two-time state champion assistant coach at Avon.
They're cousins. So I'm almost positive, and Grace, reach out to me if I'm wrong, but almost positive it's cousins, and it's amazing.
I believe so, because
Yeah.
a few years ago when Rocco Conti was playing for Olmsted Falls, there was a Simon blocking for him as well, and that was Pat's cousin.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Pat and his family, his brother as well, wonderful. Every time, I'm sure when I won't see him later in the year because I'll be at a wedding, but again, every time I see him, it's a big hug. That man, me and him were not super close, but it's a bond you can't break when you play football with someone. Pash will roll out. He
Okay.
finds a man in the flats. He'll find a little bit of space. He'll be taken out around the 37-yard line.
Good pass there. Didn't really rush it. O'Malley was open for about a good 3 or 4 seconds before he threw it to him, but again, took his time. Now the second catch on the night for O'Malley. 2 catches, 18 yards out of O'Malley, and you touched on that. We will see Olmsted Falls again week 5 as they host Avon in what is always a barn burner.
Always. Pash throws, avoids the jumping linebackers for the Blue Devils.
That's Adam Smith on the catch. Now his third on the night. Unofficially, as always, 3 for 46 yards. And that touchdown on Adam Smith. And this is what I said Olmsted Falls needed to do. Have a long, methodical drive to start the half and officially take all the wind out of the sails of Brunswick if they could. Because at halftime, Brunswick probably did everything they could to try to get pumped up again, get that energy back again, and this can squash it.
Throw, and was it picked? It was close. They'll say it hit the ground. Oh, a great effort. And I cannot see the number there.
I couldn't see the number either, but I'll tell you what, they could have called that a pick where we were sitting. I personally could not see it hit the ground.
I believe that's C.J. Williams. Yes, it was. There was a great pass break up there, and it's what they needed. Make these Bulldogs run at second and long.
Don, we still got a long way to go, but right now, speaking about Rabnicki, that pick 6 might be the play of the game.
Handoff. Pash keeps it. He's going to find some space. Makes a man miss. Oh, a spin move and nothing but green grass in front of him to the 20-15, and he'll waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs, and let that clock tick, tick, tick.
I'll tell you what, I just got done saying how Rabnicki's pick 6 should be the play of the game. Not anymore. That's unbelievable. What a move by Pash. Spins out of a tackle for a loss. Finds what I like to call a speed lane. Right down the center of the field. Nobody near him. Put on the Jets. Clock running. And this is not at all what I thought driving to Brunswick tonight when we were going to see. Unbelievable.
The point after is good. The score is 36-0. It is all Bulldogs in a house of Blue Devils.
Dom, I feel like I want to say this so it makes perfect sense, and I'm not trying to knock anything. It was a good game plan by Brunswick going in offensively. Of course, you're going to do what works. Last week, you put up 47 points in this offense. But, Dom, my question to you is this. When Brunswick couldn't score right away, couldn't put up punches and bunches, and at the same time couldn't run the ball, I'm not saying they panicked, and it's not a panic, but, what else can they do in this moment, right? It's like, hey, listen, we can't win the line of scrimmage battles. All night long, we've not been able to protect the quarterback. We haven't got any push off the line. And if you're not hitting those big shots down the field, what are you going to do?
Yeah, this offense has had a hard time working within that cloud of dust. We've also had an even harder time getting the big plays. I'll tell you what that 3 down or what that 3-man front does for a defense, it allows you to have more playmakers on the field, right? You remove one of the big fat guys, right? And I can say that because I was one of them. And you add that for a linebacker, an outside linebacker of that. And it allows, when it comes to coverage, for you to run a zone that is very confusing for a high school quarterback to read. I personally did not like, as that ball will go out of bounds, I personally did not like going on a 3 down front. We went against a lot of them. But usually when you're going against a running attack, when you're the defense, you usually want 4 down linemen.
Yep.
But sometimes when you're rushing, 3 down linemen are nice. Do you know what professional defenses run that defense?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
There's 4. That's 3.
That's 3.
We got one more to go. But no, I mean,
Cash in your bets now.
here's the thing about defenses, right? Okay, so whether it's Pittsburgh, whether it's Cleveland, I don't care who it is. It was smart tonight by Olmsted Falls. When they knew they were going to be able to get Brunswick in 3rd and longs, they really literally dropped everybody back, as you talked about, right? Dropped everybody back and said, listen, we're going to give them 4 or 5 yards. We're just not going to give up the whole king caboodle. And it worked. And now clock is running hard here. And as we know here in the OHSAA, once you get over a 30-point differential, correct me if I'm wrong, but clock only stops on change from possession, injury, and timeouts.
That's correct, Vincenzo.
So offensive penalties here are going to kill you. There's one right there. Nope. Resetting the clock as I speak. Never mind.
Play clock will resume now. 6:50 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Is that 3-5? Now they're going to bring him up.
Screen. Oh, he almost had room, but got swallowed up there by that was a cornerback there for Olmsted Falls. And remember, we were talking about this game all week about how this high-flying Brunswick attack could really poise problems for Olmsted Falls, but really hasn't. I believe Brunswick has only entered the other side of the field, Olmsted Falls side of the field once. Handoff, he's going to find some room. There's Bullock. Lowers his shoulder, fighting, and he'll get pushed back. So we'll be 3rd and short. Brunswick looking to move the chains and see if they can get something rolling here in the 3rd quarter.
And Bullock needs it too, really, for him in that first half. Negative yardage. I'm not even going to say what it was. So they need something there.
All the linebackers are on the line. Pressure. Throw. High. Dropped. It will be 4th and 1.
And you're in must go for it territory here. This is just, you got to go for it.
Hey, you were in must-go territory about a week ago.
Midway through the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, about yesterday.
Hold on, selfishly, I wouldn't mind seeing Connor Jameson punt it again. This kid's unbelievable with his leg.
Yeah, and they might just do that.
Oh, they're switching the hash mark. Maybe he will.
Jameson tries to draw him off sides, looks to the coach for instruction. Gets it. Barks directions. Drops back. Look. Sees a man. Finds a man. Deflected. What a beautiful pass breakup. Evan Patrick, how do you do, young man? The senior just draped all over him. Looked like prime Darrell Rivas there, Vince.
You mentioned an NFL player who wasn't on the Steelers. I had to do a quick
Yes,
double,
but he is. But do you know where he's from?
Well, Rivas Island.
No, he's from Pittsburgh. Went to Pitt Central Catholic. He graduated from the great University of Pittsburgh.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, so 36-0. As they say in the soccer world. 36-0.
If you're losing 36-0 in the soccer world, you have an issue.
What was it? France versus somebody in the semifinals was 10-6 or something insane.
It was not the semifinals. It was against England, and it was the third
battle
place
for first
game.
loser. Yes.
The battle for the first loser. Yeah, that game was better than the final.
I was pulling for England so hard too.
I wasn't.
Yeah. I missed that. That was a fun stretch. We'll leave it
Pesh?
at that.
Yes, it was. No, it's not Pesh. We have some new Bulldogs in now. Oh, we have a new Bulldog rumbling his way towards the K-Mac red zone, pardon me. And he...
Elvis Richard.
Yeah, I mean, this is a new group. I think that offensive line's the same, but this is a new group there in the backfield.
Yeah, we got backup quarterback Owen Porter handing it off to Elvis Richard. And I'll tell you what, coming into this game, I thought we were going to see a lot of Kai Gilbert. He's clearly hurt, not playing tonight. But Olmsted Falls didn't lose a step. Coach DeLuca was ready for this one.
Elvis Richard is the running back. He'll get it again, trying to find space. Wow, Brady's young Elvis, and kid's a junior, so hopefully we get to see him more later in the year and next year as well for his senior campaign.
This is my
Owen Porter is the junior, 5'9", 145.
this is my 11th year covering high school football, and I think he's my first Elvis. I think so. 11 years doing this.
Thank you very much.
Indeed. I had a peanut butter and banana sandwich recently. It was good. No, this is a matter of pride here for Brunswick. You need to stop.
Porter pitches it. Richard finds the boundary. Oh, and slammed down. Physical abuse with the turf.
Yowzers.
Say yowzers.
Yowzers. What a tackle.
I thought you were going to hit a zoink Scoob.
Yeah, that's color 101, folks. I don't know. I mean, so now, Coach Dom, if no matter what happens here, let's say Brunswick holds them, but let's say that even if they don't, Olmsted Falls scores some points here. If you're Brunswick, do you say enough's enough?
Yeah.
Put it in the backpack.
Yeah, I would
Put
say
it on
so.
the backups.
Yeah, you know what?
Keep them healthy. Get
In the
some
grand
good
scheme of
touches.
things, this game really doesn't matter when it comes to making the playoffs or trying to fight for your conference.
No.
Handoff, Richard.
Big on computer points, though, for Olmsted Falls beating a D1 opponent.
Absolutely. And again, this game only does so much. I don't know how is that actually how they still calculate playoffs here?
Yeah, so a lot of it's on computer points. But here's the thing. Here's the problem for Brunswick. They're in Division 1, Region 1, which is just a murderer's row, right? So that is where you're going to find St. Ignatius, St. Ed's. It is brutal. So
I mean, how many times have we seen Menor have a good season and then they're facing off
they
against
get knocked out by Ed's every year.
14th seed Menor or Ignatius?
Yes,
It's
exactly.
tough.
It's a murderer's row of a division and a region on top of that.
And off the Richards. Falls his way forward.
Elvis Richard really doing well here.
Absolutely.
Got a sense he's about to score. 90
Sure.
seconds to go here in the third quarter. Let me ask you this: we do have a little bit over a quarter to go. What are you liking right now for play of the game?
I would say Rabnicki's interception.
I
Which we posted on my Twitter later in the day.
I would say it's up there. That touchdown run by the quarterback though was sick.
I believe that was probably the coolest play of the day. But when it comes to what is the most important, what impacted the game the most, Rabnicki took
Pick
the
six.
air out of the stadium.
Yep.
Handoff, Richards fighting, reaching, can't get it.
I'd give you that. I'd say it took the air out a little bit.
50 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's been a quick one. I think the third quarter started at 8:35, and it's 8:45 here Eastern Standard Time, and we're already at the end of the third quarter. I didn't make up that time. I don't think that's entirely true.
No,
But
you are
it's
good.
relatively close.
We are surrounded by a lovely Padua Bruin, a senior. Headed out to St. Bonaventure. Make sure you follow her.
She
We'll have to
said
get
she's
over
looking
Danville.
at St.
She's looking at
Bonaventure's. She
St.
didn't
Bon.
say she was going there.
I think we need to put her live on air. So
I
that
don't
she
think
handles
we
the
should.
pressure.
I'm sure she just wants to write and do her job, Vince. I love how you do this
she's
every
about as-
time. Handoff and touchdown for Richard, and touchdown for the Bulldogs.
She's about as red as that shirt she's wearing right now. But hey,
That's
that's over.
pink.
This is over.
Well, let's not say that yet. There's still a whole quarter to play.
They don't have John Elway back there. So that's Richard. The kid didn't play all game. Gets one possession. Tears it up. I mean, that is something. Let's see here. On that drive alone for Richard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rushes, over 50 yards and a touchdown. It's just unbelievable. Not the game. I honestly thought we were going to see like a down to the wall.
Oh, and messes up the kick. I don't know what. I think there was a hold that went wrong.
Very few penalties all game, by the way.
Not a lot. Other than the first quarter, this game has rolled quick. That first quarter,
Took forever.
I mean, there wasn't a first down to be seen.
No, all passes. So again, I think it was like 7 possessions, 7 or 8 possessions, no first downs, turnovers galore. Outside of that, no penalties. This has been unbelievable. Talk about the World Cup. So I had a procedure this week. We're not going to touch on.
Why are we doing this?
No.
See,
I talked to my doctor.
when announcing with you, games have to be close.
You got to have
Because if
fun.
they're not, you start talking about
You're-
procedures.
You're
you've
making
had.
this more than it needs to be. So hold on.
I am.
I could have went in for an ingrown toenail for all you know. All right. So I was talking with the doc though, right? And he actually went to a few of the World Cup games.
Also, I don't think there was no break there for the quarter. We're just going right into it.
We are.
Might run double ads here at the end of the game then.
It'll be an abbreviated post-game show, but if you want the full one, switch over to Avon versus Pine Richland when you're done with us tonight. Our second stream tonight, Brandon Marvel, Brandon Soder tearing it up out there in Avon. Lorraine County country.
And once again, it will. Oh, it did not deflect off of him. It just went straight out of bounds. Good job to avoid.
It was.
As we're going to look at the score here for Pine Richland. I cannot believe what that score of that game has been.
What if Avon came all the way back?
Hmm?
What if Avon came all the way back? What are we at?
Well, not quite yet. The score's 33-10. I mean, and they just scored again, actually. Not the type of score I think that the Avon faithful were expecting.
Well,
And maybe this is how I prove that Pennsylvania football is better.
Oh, God. Yep.
And we'll see later in the year when Massillon takes on 1A powerhouse Farrell. Mind you, 1A.
Call, I wonder what happened. Anyways, start counting.
Handoff. I believe that's Bullock once again.
No,
Starters have
go,
remained.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You just winked at me. Oh, you're not listening.
I'm
You don't listen to me.
Continue
That's the
on
problem. This is
about
why we
how
don't work.
good Pennsylvania-
This is why we don't work. You don't listen to me.
That's all I do is listen to you.
It's true. It's the reason why we're doing this
man.
right now. Yeah. Handoff once
we
again.
have a
Oh, no,
banner.
he's going to keep it. There goes Jameson trying to find space. Is it Jameson?
It is. I'm gonna write an article. Great, Great suggestions by Dom Claymore.
Great invention by Tom
Banner.
Clary.
Second broadcast.
Sliced bread.
Yeah. Well, no, you're 3 for 3. Banner. Player of the game T-shirt. Second broadcast. Have John D'Amato run the camera. 4 for 4.
And bubble screen, trying to find space. And they will get to the Olmsted Falls side as the backup defense is now on the field here.
And Everett on the catch, his third of the night. Right around 60 yards for that young man. 42 plus 19, whatever that adds up to. About 61, I believe.
Drops back, bubble screen again. Gamboa gets past him in. He'll be now second and manageable.
Big hole there.
Now, Vince, if you know off the top of your head, where will we be next week?
I do. So you and Brandon Marvel will be at Cardinal Looney as they host Canfield, and myself.
The Battle of Cardinals.
Here we go.
Deep pass. He finds a man reaching for it and pushed over. Oh, and a late call.
Yeah, definitely.
Two late calls. The right call just came off a little bit late.
A little late.
Now, where were you and Brandon SPB?
So Brandon Soder and myself will be at your alma mater there at Baldwin Wallace as we are covering Berea Mid-Park as they host Rexville, Broadview Heights, a game which I actually covered last year, so I'll be covering that game again for the second time in a row, this time on the broadcast. And you want to talk about first, we've done a million games together, but this will actually be the first time Brandon Soder and myself are on a call together. Very excited about that one. We do not have a cameraman, though. We are without cameraman, so if you want to run the camera for us, let me know.
Bubble pass again. And that has been their bread and butter here for this first quarter.
Max Eicher there.
Look how loud that student body is at Olmsted Falls. Jameson will keep it, pitch it, and it's a bad pitch. Oh, no, call it dead. That's probably the right call. I think both players would have broken their arms there if they both dove there. That could have been ugly.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, this Olmsted Falls crowd, like as you said, they travel well. It's a fun student body. They really get into it. You know, I grew up blue collar, very blue collar. West Park, Cleveland is where I was raised. Yeah, Olmsted Falls also very blue collar, humble people, great city. Let's get a sponsor.
Pass complete in the Kelly McLean Achievement Center red zone. Reach out to her today.
Nice catch there, and great job pulling onto the ball there by Gamboa. You know, Connor Jameson, after tossing 4 touchdowns last week, once won here.
Jet sweep out wide, stretching the field, going to the boundary, to the 10, to the 5. Oh, dodges a man and into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Good job there on a Max Eicher. Got around that corner and just sped on through. So Eicher had a big touch on that drive, and then obviously the jet sweep for the touchdown.
Don't go anywhere after the game, as we will have the Cement Mason Local 4-4 Union post-game show. Me and Vince will break down this one, preview next week, and get out of here quickly. His post-game shows with Vince tend to last longer than usual because you like to bring in the committee. People will walk by and you'll have them sit down and take my headset.
Not tonight. Sorry, well, man. People only knew what time we go to bed on high school football Friday.
Yeah, it's been bad. Yeah,
it's insanity, folks. It's all right. I love it. I love every second of it.
next week will be the start of chaos for me.
Oh, baby.
Is I will be wrapping up in Youngstown, driving back to Pennsylvania, not to Pennsylvania, driving back to the west side of Cleveland where I reside, and then
What, 2 minutes, and then to Ann Arbor.
to Ann Arbor. We go at 7:30 at night as they take on Western Michigan.
Love it.
The following week, we get to see the Akron take on Robert Morris to start off
And
the home games.
You know, I'm proud of you, but I want to throw this out too. We joked around about Padua and everything, but I'm dead serious. If you're a freshman in college, a sophomore in college, you want to get your feet wet in this industry, please reach out to me. We have writers, we have broadcasters, we have photographers. Kick us good there. But again, guys, we're always looking to give people opportunities. And, as Dom just said, since Dom has been with us, and Dom, correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say you've been to Penn State, you've been to Notre Dame, you've been to Michigan. So
Ford Field.
Opportunities are there for all those young interns. You're not going to get better real world experience and coming on board with us at Keon Sports. We are accredited by every single college out there. A lot of colleges will give you a credit. My professional email, vince.mckee@keonsports.com. If you want to send me a personal email, go for it. I don't care. CoachVin14@yahoo.com. We are always bringing on writers. We had one today, speaking of Olmsted Falls, a student at Olmsted Falls who actually starts with us next week, young Troy Russell. So shout out to Troy. Maybe he's watching tonight of Olmsted Falls. So we are always bringing people aboard, giving them a chance. But again, Dom, you mentioned we both got long nights ahead of us, and next weekend you got a long drive to Michigan. And that's a shame, though, because if I had nowhere else to be, I would actually treat you to dinner right across the street at Panini's. The Panini's in Brunswick is top notch.
Well, Vince, we both have somewhere to be tonight. Do not expand on that.
I don't plan on it.
Olmsted Falls will be returning this as their JV team remains out there. And they will be, I should even made that joke because I never know what you're going to say.
No, I'm not. We've already moved past
There was a penalty after.
Okay, I was going to say,
Yes.
well, you might as well go for the onside kick here. You're already at the 45. Why not?
And that's why they call you Coach Vinny.
Right. Love this song, by the way. I don't think the fans can hear it. Maybe they can.
Big Kanye fan?
We got huge. Not the person, but the music.
I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah,
Kick up.
not my thing.
That will be a touchback.
I so badly want to say it, but I can't.
So Folks will take over the 20-yard line to start their possession here as they were hammering away with junior running back Elvis Richard.
Motto. That's probably the last game we do. Tom Cleary alongside Vince McKee. It is 42-7, 4-41.
And if you like what you hear, we and you will probably be paired together all playoff long. So you're in a company, you should probably change that. 4:25 here left in the game.
I'm just glad Tony Khan recovered.
Richard, what'd you say to me?
I'm just glad Tony Khan recovered. That was a serious injury.
Yeah, in the neck brace.
Looking for sponsors. Vince.McKee, KeonSports.com. No, all joking aside, that's a long season, and Brunswick, The crazy thing here, they play Medina next week, so I actually talked to
In a
the head coach.
non-conference matchup,
Which is
funny
wild,
enough.
right?
Yeah,
But
it's very weird.
I talked with Coach Larry Laird in preseason. He said that was one of the few rivalries he wanted to keep going, even though Medina left the GCC.
Yeah, and it was a competitive game last year where Brunswick got the win there. So they're letting the clock tick, 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 tick here. 3:45 here left to play. That's a fun one there and a really cool trophy. I'll tell you what, Richard, impressive
Good.
here today.
He's looked good. So Cameron Pesh, really final stats on the night, just absolutely tore it up. We'll give you those in a bit. Yeah, final stats on the night. This really got to add 13 yards to his halftime total. So 154 yards passing for Cameron Pesh.
Are you ready for this score? Are you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Please tell me Avon came back.
No.
Oh,
It is North Royalton and Brecksville. It is the fourth quarter. What do you think the score is? Hand off to the
big
middle.
ball score. I'm going to say 42-35.
You couldn't be more off.
Wow, 0-0,
You're close.
3-0.
Correct.
That's the battle of the golden shoe, by the way. That's what they call that.
No, that's
Yeah,
not.
a very good friend of mine, the original Keon Sports troll, Brad Myers, who's been a friend of mine since basically birth. We've known each other. He and I mean that literally. We grew up right next to each other. Regardless, he is an assistant coach for Brecksville, and he sent me a text while I was down there at the 50. He's like, "Why aren't you at Brecksville, North Royalton?" I said,
This game we talked about.
I'm on air. It is a game we suggested, but he's like, it's the battle for the golden shoe, so it's a real thing.
Now, as close as that game is, they probably have a great finish, but boy,
It's gotta be boring.
yeah.
We picked the right one. This has been a fun one to call. And honestly, I know, okay, 42-7. Oh, it's a blowout. Truly, guys, I would say this game didn't even really get out of hand until the very, very end of the second quarter. I mean, it was legitimately 22-0, but Brunswick had the ball and had a chance to do something with
Yeah,
it.
they did.
I mean, really 14-0 when Rabnicki had the interception, but kind of put it on ice for a bit. Those fans are going nuts over there in Falls.
Also, shout out to Julie Herzog. She's here tonight. Ran into her at German Fest in Olmsted Falls. I was there. Big fan of the German community there in Olmsted Falls. My
Julie's-
friend's part of the community down there.
Julie's awesome. Julie's actually been with me longer than you. I've known her since I began this company. Julie's one of our day ones. Her
Yeah.
pictures are amazing.
Yeah, and she's also an amazing person with an amazing family.
Yes.
We appreciate everything she's done, sacrificed to do something that's a hobby for her, something that she enjoys doing on the side. It's a passion for her, and we absolutely love and adore her and everything she's done. She is a wonderful human being and an even better photographer, which is hard because she's a really good person. So,
Absolutely.
we appreciate her, and every time I see her, I'm always thank her for her hard work. I mean, I've seen her on a Tuesday night at Bowling Green in the middle of the winter. So I appreciate her more than you can imagine here at Keon Sports.
No doubt, man. It's a passion. They call it the labor of love, and really what we all do is. So definitely a passion. We all enjoy it. Down that might be it, but look at those lights over there in the student section. I don't know if John could get any kind of a focus on that, and if not, it's totally okay. But in the Olmsted Falls student section, that is awesome. I gotta believe maybe that's their phones on camera mode, but that's so cool. Or on flashlight mode, I should say. When I grew up, we had phones on the wall with a cord. It was incredible.
What are you saying?
We used to have phones on the wall, like a
Yeah,
cord and everything.
yeah, right next to you.
Yeah, right. I haven't seen one of these in 20 years.
Oh, we use a payphone.
Hello. Awesome. My phone VCR answering machine. Well, we'll do it from Brunswick, 42-7. Check out Haley and Mitch at KeonSports.com to get the full recap. Dahmer, I will let you take us home. My vote for play of the night.
Well, before we do that,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
going to go to the ads that we skipped, because I'm the play-by-play commentator, and I will conduct this ship the way I want to conduct it. That is the final here, 42-7. Don't go anywhere. We have the Cement Mason Local 404 Union postgame show with me and Vince McKee. Don't go anywhere and enjoy the message from our sponsors.
This week's Keon Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Dairy King. Located at 30487 Lorraine Road in North Olmsted, it's been a staple of Westside ice cream lovers for more years than we can count. From frozen treats to soft-serve delights, Dairy King is your first choice for ice cream fun. Maxim Lacrosse. Maxim Lacrosse will demand players embody the game by giving and receiving respect and understanding that character counts. This week's Key on Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Nancy's Main Street Diner. They only prepare your meals with the freshest ingredients. The dishes are made to order as they never use heat lamps and they take no shortcuts whatsoever. They're located at 426 Main Street in Grafton, Ohio. Nancy's Main Street Diner is your choice for all 3 daily meals. Stephanie Keisel of the Easy Sales Team. They are the #1 team in the state of Ohio in units for the last 10 years. We think that speaks volumes for their expertise and experience. From home buying to home selling, they've got you covered. They are in the top 25 real estate teams among all brokerages in the United States. Call Stephanie today to get started at 216-916-7778 or email her at stephanie@easysalesteam.com. Brian Stang of Helene Kia. Don't miss the boat when it comes to shopping for your next vehicle. Brian Stang, the Kia water skier at Helene Kia in North Olmsted, is ready to help. Brian is a third-generation car guy with over 25 years of experience and knows how to make the car buying process smoother than water in a no-wake zone. With more than 500 new and certified pre-owned cars to choose from, Brian can help you find the right car for your needs, style, and budget. Call Brian Stang, the Kia water skier at Helene Kia, 440-777-1475. And to all you student athletes, coaches, families, and fans, good luck this season and have fun cheering on your favorite team.
It is more than just lifting weights. It is your start to a better life. Don Pope is one of the world's strongest men, and at his gym, located at 33789 Center Ridge in North Ridgeville, has everything you need to start a better life of fitness and overall health. Find out more about them today at popefitnessgym.com.
Riley's Irish Bakery, the absolute best bakery and comfort food selection you will find on the west side of town. Located in the heart of Fairview, this incredible family-run business is your first, last, and only stop for the best eats. At Riley's Irish Bakery, they use the freshest ingredients to create classic Irish baked goods and savories. They are located at 22570 Lorraine Road in Fairview. MG Sports Massage. Located at 20350 Center Ridge Road in Rocky River, MG Sports Massage specializes in sports and deep tissue massage, providing expert care from highly trained massage therapists in a professional massage spa setting. They provide personalized sports and therapeutic massages tailored to your needs. As experienced sports massage therapists, they have worked with athletes of all levels, from professional to high school players. Book your appointment today and experience the difference at MG Sports Massage. Crossroads Elite Gymnastics Academy. They offer recreational and competitive gymnastics and events in the city of Strongsville. You can visit them in person at 14767 Pearl Road in Strongsville. This instructional program is designed to allow children of all skill levels to develop strength, coordination, and self-confidence through all aspects of gymnastics skill training in a positive and fun environment. Classes are offered in 1 to 2 hour time slots per week based on the class. Ages toddler through high school.
D&N Party Rentals. They are open and ready for your business. They have white peak tents, white chairs in round rectangle, and cocktail tables for rent. They have added select white letter marquees, lights, and fans. Contact them for options at 330-388-8607.
Admiral Training. At Admiral Training, their mission is to equip athletes with the knowledge, discipline, leadership skills, and problem-solving ability they need to excel both on the field and in life. This is an incredible way for student athletes to set up for the next level and to learn from local legends like Dustin. His time with the Golden Flashes and even a stint with the Kansas City Chiefs of the NFL prepared him to pass along wisdom and guidance to the next class of student athletes. They are proud to have a team of highly qualified coaches who combine deep expertise with first-hand experience competing at the highest levels. Committed to lifelong learning and professional growth, their staff strives to pass on these values to every athlete they train. Journey Wealth. At Journey Wealth, they are more than just a wealth management firm. They are your partners in crafting a life of purpose and prosperity. They empower successful individuals and families through a personalized approach that aligns your financial resources with your unique aspirations. Get started with them today by visiting them online or calling at 216-468-1333.
Welcome back right here at Brunswick. His Final score 42-7 in favor of the Bulldogs of Olmsted Falls. I'm Dom Clary, joining alongside me with Vince McKee. This is the Smith Mason Local 404 Union postgame show. We'll wrap this one up quickly. Vince, what are some stars of the game here for you today for Olmsted Falls?
Well, for Olmsted Falls, I have quarterback Cameron Pesh had a phenomenal game, really. Finished 11 of 17, 154 yards. Turned it around after the initial catch and fumble to start the game with Mason Cerovic. From there, they just rolled. Owen Radigan, 11 rushes, 120 yards in the first half alone. Finished with 14 for 130. And then the receiver, Keegan Smith, only 3 catches, but 77 huge yards, including 2 touchdowns. So Keegan Smith, 3 catches, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns. Really, for Brunswick, Connor Jameson never got out of the blocks, no fault of his own, didn't have any time to throw the ball. And it was Max Eicher in the waning moments of the game, a 19-yard touchdown run on a jet sweep. So for Brunswick, we'll give our shout out to Max Eicher.
All right, for our Pink Aqua Car Wash play of the game, Power Wash play of the game. Vince, what was the play of the game?
So we battled back and forth a little bit, but in the end, we decided to give it to Rabnicki as we feel like that pick six kind of broke the backs there of Brunswick. They were down 14-0 at the time. Check out Dom Cleary's Twitter. He'll give you that here in a second. But that pick six was really it. It was 14-0. I felt like Brunswick was right there still in the game, and that kind of turned the tide for good. And I said Dom's Twitter because that's where that will be tweeted out, and then we will tweet out from Keon Sports as well. Dom, I'll let you walk us through where they can find that play of the game as early as tomorrow.
Yeah, and you can find that tomorrow morning at Dominic Clary on X, and you can find it also retweeted on the Keon Sports, sports.key on Twitter, or should I say X as well. Vince, where will you be next week, my friend?
As mentioned a little bit earlier, next week myself and Brandon Soder will be in Berea Mid Park as they host Brecksville Broadview Heights, fresh off their battle with North Royalton in that shootout for the Golden Shoe.
And I and Brandon Marvel, the first time me and him have been solo dolo together. We will be at Cardinal Mooney as they take on Canfield, the Battle of the Dirty Birds, right down in Youngstown, where they just had an impressive win against Mercyhurst, my dad's alma mater. That is it here at Brunswick. Final score 42-7 for the Cement Mason Local 404 Union Postgame Show. I, Dominic Clary, Vince McKee, joined alongside me. Have a wonderful night, friends, as we had a wonderful night talking with you.